it's me that's supposed to talk now. I hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you for being out here and joining us as we are going to be doing a play test of my new game, The Residents. So I'm super stoked to be able to get to share that with everyone. And thank you, Steve and Pantsless Tables in general, for being around and hosting this. For those of you who are watching, again, apologies for the late start. My computer decided literally as we were hitting live to decided to not. That's where we're going to put that. But we're back. We're great. Everything's rocking and rolling. To start us out, I'm not going to ramble. I'm going to take it calm and take it slow. We're just excited. Lots of hearts. But howdy, hi, I'm Urvy Fitz. I am going to be your game master and host today. You can find me across the internet at Caesar Slod, pretty much everywhere, or I am the only Urvy Fitz that it's out there. I promise you, I've checked. If you find another Urvy Fitz, I'm taking them to the Denny's parking lot. I'm going to be hosting this game here over the course of the next couple alternating weeks. But if you enjoy watching this, feel free to come hire me on Start Playing. Otherwise, I have a long list of scheduling things that I'm not going to go into right now because I don't feel like it, and I'm going to be talking a lot more anyways. So I'm going to introduce you all, though, to the rest of my beautiful and lovely cast that's going to carry me. I'm going to just go down the order list that I have in our beautiful video ninja chat over yonder. So that's going to start us with Katy. If you'd like to introduce yourself and say anything you need to say.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katy. This is my first time here on Pantsless Table. I'm very excited. Yeah, you can find me everywhere on the internet at Katy Face. Like Urvy, I am the only Katy Face out there. If you find another one, I'll also be in that Denny's parking lot. So I'm ready to throw bows, you know. Yeah, that's where you can find me everywhere on the internet, Katy Face. And I'm really excited to be here. I'm really hyped for this game. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Bard, you are next on my vertical.
Hi everybody, I'm Laura Verena Stein, also known as the Bard with many names, and if you find another one, I will also be at that Wendy parking lot, making them Bard with no names. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Blue Sky, you can find me on basically everything that is social media, because I got bullied into it this year. And I'm here, and I'm queer, and I'm ready to rumble. Something I forgot?
No, you nailed it. I just glanced over and we were having, I see that other technical difficulties are happening with captions. So feel free to ramble until captions come up. That's how we test captions. We're going to skip down to Aadi because I know Steve is dealing with captions right now. So we'll come back to him.
Hello, people of the internet. I am Aadi MK. You can find me at Noonlight Creations on Instagram and Aadi MK on YouTube. But I've recently started, will start putting up videos of D&D games that I'm DMing. And I do a bunch of other things, but I am, as always, glad to be back at a Pantsless table game and looking forward to playtest The Residents and explore this situation and destroy you all.
Yes, that is the energy I'm looking for. I love it. Thank you, Aadi. I'm so excited to get an opportunity to play with you.
Oh, that's the mood we're catching today. Oh, we can do this. We can bring the Wendy parking lot in here.
Denny's
we can
right
bring
here,
it in here.
Denny's right here. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All at the same time, actually.
Yeah, actually, we're not going to talk about Applebee's. The Applebee's here is a sad situation. It looks like we got captions, though. Beautiful. So let's go. All right. And Steve, if you want to wrap us up.
Hello. Hi. I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless tables and other related things. Always pantsless, never tables. No, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, so you can find me here. You can find me there. You can find me everywhere. I'm one of thousands, Steve. So I don't know if we decide to do like a like there was a thing a few years ago where a bunch of Jakes met up for a fight, or Jacks or something. J name people met up for fight somewhere, and like a 6-year-old kid one or something. So to find the ultimate Jack or something. So we should do like the ultimate Steve somewhere, or I don't think there are any more Sassy Pants 1996s anywhere. So like I win that one by default. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
Okay,
you do
captions are
have
picking me
tough-
up too, so that's good.
Beautiful. You have tough competition though, because there is Steve from Blue's Clues, and like I don't know if
But he's
that's
too
a
nice
rough
to
one
fight,
beat.
right? So I win that. So
But he wins on nostalgia alone, though.
Yeah, like he posted a video after the elections of him just standing there, and I cried.
Yeah.
Like,
Oof.
Oh.
but I'm sure we'll get your presence to that level.
I
And
say,
then you can
God
fight
damn.
him. And then you can fight.
Let them fight.
Let them fight. Beautiful. I'm so excited about this cast though. But a little bit about the game before we actually start play testing it, I guess, is going to be the big important thing there. The Residence is first off, my first attempt at writing a game. So I'm very excited to get to share it with people. It's a very vulnerable thing, and I'm very happy to be sharing it with this group of people, especially. But the Residence is based off of what has been my hyperfixation for the last year now, which is the United States version of Big Brother. When I say hyperfixation, I mean I have watched hundreds of episodes of this show over the course of the last 52 weeks. It's a problem. It's not a good show to rot your brain with. But Big Brother is a social experiment reality TV show about throwing human beings into a house together and seeing how things work out. Based off of their interactions with one another, as well as challenges that the host and resident themselves bring forth. So that's my quick little summary of Big Brother. It's hellish, it's dirty, it's dramatic, it is full of lies and deceit, and it's not really a game for good people, but I love it anyway. So the Residence takes a lot of inspiration from that. It is meant to give opportunity to players to have PvP. I notice a lot of TTRPGs don't always encourage that, and that is the purpose of this game, is to encourage conflict amongst people and get it out some way, somehow. Yes! Conflict, drama, getting messy. So it is an elimination game. So if you take it up and never want to play with your friends, please make sure you tell your friends in advance that you're not hurting their feelings, you're hurting their characters' feelings. As eliminations and stuff go down, people drop out of the game, they get kicked out. There are challenges and RNG aspects, though, to the game that allow everybody to have a fighting chance, if you will. It is a game that I put D4s as the precedent for, because I believe those little caltrop dice deserve more opportunities.
You know what they're called? That says everything.
The caltrop dice, yes. The foot steppers, the terrible. I love D4s. They deserve more credit. The foot pyramids. Yeah, that's my general synopsis and summary. The game's meant to get dirty, meant to get messy, meant to have a variety of challenges and competitions in them that test residences, not only physical prowess, but also their mental and emotional prowesses. The way this is represented throughout the game is different statistics: agility, brains, brawn, caliber, riz, and savvy, which will be called out for throughout different challenges. Players will get to roll dice and hope for the best results. I think that's my pretty much summary and quick overview of the game. Residents are also able to get talents throughout their time as rewards, which will help improve their gameplay through leveling up. Hell yeah. This particular arc session, 4 episodes that I hope everybody will get to join with us forever on, is called Discerning Diviner. And our residents that are going to go around and introduce themselves here in just a moment have now been in a tavern inn situation for about, what is it? We're on 12 weeks with living with one another. We are down to our final 4 contestants in this particular game. They have gone through and eliminated 12 others. And eliminations in this case do just mean that they're going home. Nobody's getting eviscerated when they walk out the front door. Like happy, healthy, maybe not happy or healthy. Anyways, not the point. But
Live.
nobody's alive. Everyone is alive. When I was writing this game about halfway through, I thought about how it could definitely be turned into a murder machine. That's
Allegedly.
not. They are alive.
It would just be like Agatha Christie. It'd be fine.
Yeah, then we're just
And then
talking
they
an
were none.
alternate reality. But yeah. So our guests, our residents have evicted 12 other people. We are down to our final 4. Prior to this current session, they would have been having it's the final. I'm too ADHD for chats to be open. It is the opportunity. They off-screen backstory wise will have a host already selected, or a selector already selected, which is going to be Smasher. We'll get to that in a moment. Our residents have been in a house for 12 weeks together. They've eliminated 12 other residents. It is left down to them. The tavern that they are in is similar to like a 4-star, well-maintained motel. I don't know how well-maintained you can necessarily say it is at this point. Having had about 16 people living in it and sharing time together, hopefully one of these 4 that are left know how to wash dishes. Otherwise, that place might stink at this point. It's cozy, it's bright, it does creak in a couple of places here and there when you're trying to be sneaky and walking around. Several different bedrooms. At this point, there are enough bedrooms for everyone to have. There are 4 bedrooms. You have eliminated enough people at this point that you all can have your own bedroom if you would like it. There's a fully furnished kitchen, a bathroom, 2 bathrooms, one that is an ensuite for the selector's luxury room, and then another is a shared bathroom. Yes, you do have to share the bathroom with all of your co-residents. That's the most terrifying part of this experiment. And then there is also a little outside area, similar to like a courtyard type deal. It has a small vegetable and herb garden in it that if you guys maintained throughout the summer, you would be able to have, fresh cilantro. I hate cilantro. Why is that my first thought? Basil, dill, you have some carrots, tomatoes, potatoes, that sort of thing. There is a hot spring spa in the background, meaning just like a tiny little pool area that has a naturally occurring hot tub out of it. And then some miscellaneous, like weightlifting gear, but more fantasy setting wise. So it's like an immovable rod that they have just stuck in the air. So you can do like pull ups on. You've got some miscellaneous different weights there. I feel like there's an option on them that you can tap to change the size for them. So you're not having to actually change out weights constantly. And also, so there's no weights to huck at people when you get mad. But that would be the general vibe of the tavern inn and residence for you all. So that all being said, I'm gonna let our cast now go around and introduce their characters. We'll go ahead and just go in the same order that we introduced players in, ending with our selector, who will then tell us our 2 candidates up for nomination. But if we want to start with Katy.
Hi, everyone. I'm White Warwick, the reigning beauty queen of Roseshire. As you can see, I'm an elf. I really care about my image and the way that people perceive me. I want to be seen as the best at everything, which is why I've been working really hard to make friends and make sure that people really enjoy my company. Um, I I haven't been involved in any scandals here. I want to make sure that people know that I'm on their side. And that's really all that I'm here for, just to make friends and maybe at the end I'll have made enough to walk away, with no hard feelings when I'm the winner.
Excellent. Bard.
So the thing is, I may have just written up a small introduction scene like they're always at Big Brother.
I love it. Bring it on. I want to hear it. Give it to me.
So, hi, I'm Alex McCanley, he, they, pronouns are important, and I'm just here and I never miss a beat. Cut to him just like going down the street on a skateboard. Some of you might maybe know me because like Lola the Bard, I don't know if you heard of her, and me, we had a thing. We parted because of artistic differences. Music is my life, my first love, and I could never betray it. Cut to him having sex with somebody in the house. We don't know who, but we know he did. I'm just here to have a good time, I'm a pretty chill guy. I mostly play by the rules. Cut to him smoking the biggest joint you have ever seen in your fucking life. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just a nice dude. Like people love me. Cut to him saying to somebody, "If you think you have a chance here, honey, you are just fucking delusional." And yeah, I'm just here to win the prize for my own production studio, to make my big dream come true. Cut to him, obviously intoxicated on something, banging on like a dozen pots and pans, just like. So yeah, and I'm just like absolutely thrilled to be here. It's gonna be a nice time.
Can we get a little physical description of Alex as well?
Alex is the straightest gay dude you've ever seen. Like he's got like the long hair, but like the fuckboy long hair, like just so he can do this. Pretty handsome, wears like normal clothes on the verge of being alternative, but not too much. Like he's got like a leather jacket, but like it's still clean and still intact. Always running around with his headphones. He's got a severe phone addiction. So because his phone is gone now, he's got a Tamagotchi he's always feeding. Like the Tamagotchi is way too thick. Like it's like the blob. It's not the good Tamagotchi when you could take good care of. It's just the blob. And he really is kind of a charming guy. Like he's really good at talking. But yeah, he's one of these people who you think in the first moment, oh yeah, he's a cool person. And after like spending some time with him, you're like, actually, no, please, I don't know what, but something is ick.
It's just a little too...
It's too smooth. Yeah, it's too...
practiced.
Yeah.
Polished. Performative. I'm just going off of P words right now, sorry. Woo! Penis colada! So we've got Wyatt, our elf, beauty queen, Alex, our
human.
Okay, our human, questionably queer DJ. Aadi, who do you have bringing to the table?
So I think the introduction video would go this far. It would begin from the back, showing a figure who is doing some cooking at the kitchen in the house, and there's a and a flipping of the dagger, which shows long sleeves that are uh, rolled up to the forearms, and of a black shirt with gold inlay of marble kind of situation, and brown pants and black Clark shoes. But on top of that, he has a very practical apron, and it is this blue dragonborn, and he has glasses as well. And the camera would kind of go and zoom in as he just does the anime glass flash as he catches the blade and just throws it, and it goes into and slots into the knife holder, and he swings around as he takes off the apron and hangs it. You see, he is about 5'8", broad-shouldered as most Dragonborn are, but much more lithe figure. He is extremely. He looks casual, professional, elegant kind of mode. His hair is also parted on the side, one kind of side going over his left side of his face, and a long ponytail at the back, black, jet black hair, that glistens. And this Dragonborn clearly does his skin routine or scale routine, as it were. He is he pulls out this iPhone, and it essentially, he is a stockbroker. He's a finance bro who found it a good thing to kind of join the house and be here, and he has reasons why he is very intent on keeping that slot. So as he would kind of, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, do you think anybody who's in the house currently knows what's knows those reasons?
I think there would have been a point where 2 eliminations back, it would have gone out that his circumstances, that he's actually hiding in the house because otherwise debt reclaimment people will be after his ass. That did get out, and he was rather upset about it, which is the first time that you've seen in the house saw Corn Fu Shan losing his temper.
Okay.
Because otherwise he doesn't tend to. He's rather good with his words. He's a smart lad, and as the son of an immigrant, he knows how to take care of himself, and he does it rather well.
Heck yeah. Fucking con artists. Yes. And especially fucking con artists named Con. It's it's right there. Set it up for it. And to round us off, we have Steve.
Okay, so I'm playing Scott Smasher Sinha. Is this tall, like taller than tall, 6'5", 6'6", probably. Also pretty broad-shouldered, big hands, looks like a piano player's hands. That's what his hands look like. Veins up the arms that go up to his shoulders. He's got there's always wearing a trench coat, even if it's like 80 degrees out, Fahrenheit, of course, not Celsius. And just like and the backs of all of his shirts, all of his coats have these long thin strips cut into them, which on first notice you feel like it's somebody's vandalized them. But then when he gets angry and the wings pop out, you realize why there's holes in the back of his clothes. He's an ASMR, but with like very very shiny golden brown skin with piercing green eyes, and always to a point, always dressed very immaculately. Even if you wake up at like if they're woken up at 6 a.m. It's almost like under the covers he gets dressed and he steps out and he's like putting his trench coat on, and you can't tell what else he's wearing underneath, because he projects that image of being the guy. This is think of like if you close your eyes and imagine this fucking guy. That is who he is. He's basically like a Chad reskinned as an ASMR. The straightest of straightest dude bros. Never once questioned his sexuality. He's like the manly man, brute force guy who also is here for reasons outside his control, and yeah, I think that's basically the whole vibe for Scott. He calls himself the Smasher because as the camera pans over to where his small little bedroom area is, you see like an entire wall has punch marks in it because he smashes everything, and he's been training there because this place refused to give him punching bags. He's like, fuck it, I'll just break your wall and pay for it later. So that is what he's been doing. Yeah,
So,
that's
as the current selector, if Scott the Smasher so desperately wants a punching bag, they will provide you with a punching bag.
oh,
Now
finally,
that
only
won.
took them 12 weeks,
Yes,
but
it only
yeah.
took them 12 weeks, but it only took you 12 weeks to win. Would be their argument back for you. But you
Wow.
can definitely have a punching bag now.
Okay, that is good to know. He's going to put a picture up of the picture is always blurred, like on camera you can't tell who it is, but the people in the house know it's a picture of this kid he used to know back in elementary school who stole his ice cream once, and it's still the picture as him as a kid, not as an adult, and that is the picture on the punching bag. Yeah. So that's basically Scott's entire vibe. Yes.
So Scott holds a grudge.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the house, beware. Scott holds a grudge. And so that is our beautiful cast, our remaining final 4 on Discerning Diviner. These 4 have now been followed for 12 weeks by a random scrying eye that they have consented to following them around. Therefore, these are invisible specters. The residents have truly no idea where the camera is at any given moment in time. So it could be up your nose for all you know. Why? I don't know, but that's where it would be. Last week, if you will, on Discerning Diviner, we had an elimination where Augustus Smith was evicted from the house, bringing us down to our final 4. And Smasher won the selection competition and is now the reigning selector within the house. You would watch as the scrying eye kind of flies over and zooms onto him inside his now selector bedroom. It's his own bedroom with a nice little ensuite. You get a bathtub, you get a shower. You don't have to share anything with anyone, Smasher. You got your punching bag with your nice little ice cream child on it. And you are going to have to put up 2 of your fellow housemates for eviction.
Um,
Go ahead.
Okay. So here's the thing, and Scott has this thing that whenever he's trying to be the center of attention, he reaches into the air, and it's like he's plucking an imaginary apple, and he pulls at he's pretending he can see where the eye is. He pulls it and brings it in front of him, and he's holding it in front of his hand like he's looking into like a phone to record like take a selfie or like a whatever. And the first couple of weeks people were very confused with what he was doing, but slowly the production team caught on, and they kind of started to mimic what he was doing and have the orb move with him, so it kind of looked like he was actually holding onto the orb and talking into it. So I've been told that I have to nominate 2 of these incredibly fine people, and he rolls his eyes, to be nominated for evictions this week. And yeah, so I think seeing as I'm not really sure who we're gonna go for. Actually, you know what? I've been sure since day one, and I'm surprised that they've stuck around this long. So it's actually.
Would this be a perfect time for like a confessions kind of? Is there a confessions kind of channel where the players just have these little like
Yeah, like a little diary room segment.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah, you can if it's all right with Steve for a little cutscene real fast.
Yeah,
I've
of
been
course,
sure
yeah.
since day one. Yeah, what happened day one? I feel like that's where we're going. What was your cut, Aadi? Did you have one?
No, so it would just be Con is just like lounging in the chair and just looking at the camera consideringly, and just well, I'm not gonna lie, it does sound like it's gonna be an interesting selection this time. And let's see what old Smasher brings to the table. It's his first
Cut in.
time, but yeah.
Cut in. I'm just gonna be nice to the big boy. See, he doesn't seem like the brightest candle on a cake.
If we're all doing confessions, I think you just see Wyatt go, I don't really know who Smasher is.
Different alliances. Heard. Wyatt and Smasher been on opposite sides of the house. So since day one, Smasher, you've had your eyes on.
Look, I have done my fair share of things, right? And it is interesting that I thought that this show had standards. I've seen previous editions, and I genuinely thought the show had standards. But to let in a random hedge fund fucko with zero real life skills and who's drowning in debt. Okay, sure, that last part is true for a lot of people who've come into this house. But to let in a random guy who's here only to increase his stock portfolio is surprising. And I personally feel like should have been out day one, but I also feel like Con is my what is the word? He is the most inconsequential threat to me to win this. So my nominations are Alex and Wyatt.
Putting up Wyatt and Alex for eviction.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Con is not a threat.
Yes.
I love it.
Come on, big guy. I just wanted to make us a smoothie. You can't do that to me.
I mean,
Is there a smoking section in the house, or is like, can you just light a cigarette anywhere?
Oh,
I did-
it does. There has to be a smoking
I was
section
gonna say,
because that's yeah.
Yeah, you would probably have to like step outside type
Okay.
deal.
Fair.
That way, it would be a group safety kind of thing. So they would have a designated area for.
I think Korn's tail would slap against the ground as he just turn and stalk off towards the smoking area. Because
On the other hand,
I'm assuming we'd have heard that, right? His nomination.
Yes.
And also the reasons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, none of that would be secret.
Yeah, so Korn has just slapped his tail against the ground and stalked off.
on the other hand, Wyatt immediately just burst into this like crocodile tears. What did I ever do to you, Smasher? I thought we were best friends.
Do you want a smoothie too?
I don't want a smoothie, no. Thank you, though.
Do you want a hug?
Wait, sorry, just to confirm, do these people do they see me nominate them, or does it just happen in the background?
They would know after you've nominated them.
No, for sure, yeah, but do they see me actually nominating them? Like, do they get the live video feed of that?
I mean, you left your room and grabbed the eye.
Yeah, no.
In my mind, it was just you went into like the living room where all of us were. Like, I was in the kitchen, where I was on the sofa, and you were like, "No, let's not."
No, what I meant is, like, do the players get to see me actually giving my reasons for nominations, or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Just
they would
making
get
sure,
to know.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
otherwise there would be a chance for sneaky shenanigans, but we will leave that for later. I think Smashers just walks back into the main area and just sits down at the table, and he's just gonna get into breakfast because and he's very, very cordially talking to everybody. He's not like he's avoiding the people he's nominated. He's like, I had to put down two people, right? And I put down the two biggest threats. So like, I feel like you should feel
Absolutely
kind of,
valid.
you know,
Hey, big guy. I get
yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, you should feel what's the word?
If Khan's not a threat, then you could have just went ahead and sent him home. Then it would have been 3 people who deserve to be here fighting to win at the end.
Like, you gotta pick 2.
Why not Khan?
Like I said,
It
he's
just
the
doesn't
least
make sense,
consequential
is
threat.
what I'm saying.
The camera would pan outside to Korn, who's just like laughing as he's smoking a cigarette.
Hey, what's done is done. It's fine. You have an opportunity to take back the nomination for later, and good luck with that. I wish you both the best.
Just there's this like pulls themselves together and looks over at Alex and says, all right, fine. May the best person win. And there's this like sickeningly saccharine smile on her face, but it's just staring daggers at Alex despite this smile.
Yeah, sure, pretty girl. Whatever. Puts on the smoothie machine again, like. Big guy, you still want your smoothie?
As long as you promise not to spit in it, yeah, sure.
No.
Or actually,
if I would put Tabasco in it. All laxatives. But no. Cheers.
What do you put in the smoothies?
Banana, strawberry, some like whey protein stuff, some vanilla flavoring. It's very fruity, but like on top there's still like there's a straw in it and some like mint put on top of it. Like Alex does his thing. Alex is not gonna stop whatever this is. Alex is just gonna make smoothies. And just takes this one, doesn't take the glass like this, but like this.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay. When Khan is out smoking while Steve's retaining the moment, he's smoking just a cigarette, correct?
I think he would have used this moment to take out a little bit that he'd acquired from Alex at some point.
You stole my kush.
No. This would have been a negotiation kind of like,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Con's not
Make it-
like, he's not overt. So yeah, he would have rolled up with this nice, neat little joint, and he would have been toking it rather rather comfortably, like rather stylishly as well. Imagine like against a post, like with the coat over one shoulder, just like
the little
yeah.
see the nice little like it's a joint, and even so he's able to blow beautiful little like smoke rings out of it. And
I am off the dragon. The smoke is part of my domain.
that's definitely fair, for sure.
I would love to join you outside.
Hey, I mean,
A smoothie in hand.
yeah. Okay.
Just like stepping outside, doing like the dude thing of like.
I nod and I pass the rolled up little beauty.
Takes the roll of beauty, passes the smoothie.
And what did you put it in it this time?
Nothing. Nothing. Banana, strawberry, the usual stuff. Nothing bad. Not yet.
He'll take a gingerly. He will take a sip, then he'll take a little gulp. Not bad, I'd say, and definitely one of your better smoothies thus far.
I mean, you know what happens. Like, I'm happy to share, but if somebody steals my stuff, I'm not happy about it.
Well, thankfully, that it didn't have to go that way with us. We did have a good old transaction about it, didn't we, Alex? What do you feel about being nominated by old Smasher here?
You gotta keep the stuff in, or it's not working properly, right? Yeah. I mean, if you ask me, it was an interesting idea because, like, he's trying to probably keep you in with him. So, because, let's be honest, the people love drama. The people just love the drama. And we have either the fugitive or the dude who smashes everything into pulp, and either the fuckboy or the bitch. So, not gonna lie, if this year is just for entertainment, I'm gonna step up my game.
Well, if you break it down that way, I'm sure there's certain things that can be inferred. But let's see. The next challenge is going to be curious as to what it points out. Passes the joint.
Pass the smoothie. We're gonna keep this up, right? If I leave the house, no more of the good kush.
I would admit that I have a certain investment in keeping you here. I would say, Alex, old boy, that you certainly have me on your side.
And blows your smoke ring.
How do Alex's smoke rings come out? Is he a master at these smoke rings?
No.
Is it just a puff of smoke at him? Like
he tries to do the cute thing where it's kind of a heart, but it's more like a.
I think
it's the gesture that
I think Con would just do a kind of like a very smooth kind of cabeton without the arm, just kind of lean up to the side and blow on the smoke, and it kind of controls and adds and makes it into a circle.
So we're close here, right?
Oh yes.
No, Con, I know why I like you. Oh, careful. And just like brushes your lip. You've got a little smoothie there.
Good thing you caught it. I would have been disappointed otherwise. And he just taps your chin and starts walking back into the house.
Wouldn't want you to look sloppy, do we?
There's just, I think the camera would pan to like a little swivel, added swivel to the manly hips.
Yeah.
And I must say, it is a rather tight butt in the nice pants.
We're Dragonborn, so we got a good tail too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know what they say about Dragonborn with big tails?
Big holes for the tail to come out of the pants. Yes, absolutely. You gotta have space there. I don't know what else you're talking about. What is going on inside the house, though, while these two are having a smoke break?
I have a question for Bard.
Yeah.
While all this is happening, would Alex have left his Tamagotchi like in those shared rooms?
No, Alex got his Tamagotchi in his pants because it's like the thing he's got because he doesn't have a phone. He's severely phone addicted. Like
What is something of Alex's that he would have left behind that's important to him? His weed?
Actually, his weed, yeah. Because
Okay.
one time somebody tried to steal his weed. He made a whole show about it because I earned this shit. This is legal. I'm allowed to have this. You don't get to fuck with my luxury items. And the person got evicted next week. Nobody knows why. Nobody really knows what happens. But like a lot of people think like it has been Alex who did the move.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, I think you see Wyatt sort of stand up and make this big deal, like of that she's going to go lay down and take a nap, and I'm assuming this is like in Big Brother. They have the big like shared bed, like not one big shared bed, but like the shared bedroom. Like
Yeah,
they
you
have
would
all
have
the
had like 3 different bedrooms with like
Mhm.
several bunk beds, a couple of different
Yeah.
size beds. People are going to be forced at some point to potentially have shared a bed with someone.
Yeah. So as she goes, she like gives Smasher like a tight smile, doesn't say anything else to him because she's clearly annoyed that she was put up for eviction. But does make a note to like mutter that she's going to lay down, and she goes to go and find Alex's weed. And she's just going to casually just whatever, if it's in a tin or whatever, he stores it in, just tip it out onto the floor and sort of like stomp it into the carpet. So it can't be like, it can be a little bit of it retrieved. And so it looks, I probably have to roll for this something. So it looks like a mistake. Like it was
Like you
like
accidentally knocked it over.
I
type
accidentally
deal.
knocked it over. I
Yeah.
was looking for something and I knocked it over and like it got messed up in the floor.
Yeah, I'll let you choose. And
Okay.
We'll go ahead and do a first roll on this.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll call it. We'll say it's either a brains, like a strategy move. You can call it a Riz move with like a performance or deception,
Ooh.
or we'll call it a savvy because you like it's a willpower kind of thing.
Okay, so I will go for deception.
Okay.
I have a 4 in Riz. What do I roll for this?
So you're gonna roll 3d4.
Okay.
And then you'll add any modifiers you have. So it'll be your +4. And then if you have a proficiency, expertise, or advantage in deception, you would get additional modifiers.
I don't have anything extra, so I just roll the 3d4 and add 4.
And then we'll go that against, we'll have a contesting roll from Alex. And we'll let you pick between savvy or brains. So like intuition
savvy. My boy is stupid as fuck.
We don't have no book smarts.
No.
Okay. So I roll
Savvy. So I add what I have in Savvy to my roll, right?
Correct. Yeah, to your 3d4.
And if I have for something in Savvy advantage?
It'll be
Why not
doubling.
advantage plus 2 because I have +2 on vision.
So this I would probably say is going to be more of like a intuition roll to
Okay.
determine whether or not it was an accident versus being able to see it.
Okay, I am at 4 + 3, 7.
Okay, and then what did we get on our?
I rolled a 15
Okay, so
How can you roll a 15?
because I rolled 2 4s, a 3 plus a 4.
Wait, okay, then I believe I mixed up. What am I supposed to roll? Sorry.
so roll 3d4.
3d4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're at an 8.
So when the time comes, Alex, and you see your fallen weed smushed
I
into
think
the
she
carpet.
immediately she goes like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Alex, I think I made a big mistake." She like just calls out in like this biggest, like the most like damsel in distress type of thing she can do. She's like, I was looking for some napkins, and I needed to wipe my eyes and clean up my makeup, and then I knocked your weed over. I'm so sorry.
Alice gets in, is like,
It was a
Did you
mistake.
manage to trip over your drama queen?
It's beauty queen, not drama queen.
Oh, there's a difference. So thank you for educating me that way.
Yeah, it was an honest mistake.
Is
I'm sorry.
the beauty in the room with us right now, or?
Yeah, she is actually.
That surprised me.
Hot damn, dude.
Smasher coming in with the one hit, just standing in the threshold like, where's the beauty? Where's
Damn.
the beauty?
oh, he's on a fire, man.
She looks at Smash. She says, "It takes a lot more than that to mess up my still resolve. You act like I've never heard something like that before."
I mean, if history has anything to say with it, all I had to do to mess with your steel resolve was to nominate you. So it wasn't that difficult. Or are you going to admit those tears were fake?
Smasher coming in with some rather raw.
Of course those tears were fake. Everything we do is fake here. This is for TV.
She says
See-
while being scryed on by an invisible camera.
This is why you have no chance of winning, because you're not being true to yourself in putting up a show
I am
for the
being
cameras.
true to myself. This is who I am. Just like
So
all of you are putting on an act as well. When you're true to yourself and you let the people know who you actually are, then maybe you'll have a chance of winning as well. It's time to drop the acts. We're the final four.
So you're dropping the act that you're not a beauty queen, but in fact just a colossal bitch?
I've never been a bitch, and I'm not a bitch. I've never once been a bitch in this show. I'm a nice person, but it's time to let the claws out.
Now, there's no
look,
need
that's
to
the difference.
push
You're a
things
bitch,
too
I'm a
forward.
whore. Small but important difference. So you just said that the crying over here was all fake, but now you, by accident,
I
knocked
did
over
do
my
it by
weed?
accident. You have no proof otherwise.
Do I believe her?
Oh yeah, that's very convenient to say that. Yeah, it's okay.
Do I believe Wyatt?
We'll give that'll also be an intuition roll for you
Okay.
against Wyatt. It was a 15.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. So like looking at it when y'all have come in and like Wyatt has called for you, it does
Okay.
sort of look like an accident right now.
So what do I roll for this?
So it'll be 3d4
Okay.
for the base roll, and then you will add any modifiers you have for intuition, which is a savvy.
I have a score. I have a score of 4 in Savvy.
So it'll be your 3d4 plus 4, unless you have any things for
Proficiency.
proficiency. Yeah.
No. So that's 4d4.
3d4.
3d4 plus 4.
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be a 10.
Okay. So yeah, no, it's definitely going to be one of those moments of like, y'all have come in. There's nothing around that would actually indicate that it was intentionally knocked off. Wyatt was probably even thinking about it and knocked over like a cologne bottle. Alex, you might have even had on your like bedside table to give that extra little. Oh no. Now, whether there's napkins and stuff in your room is a completely different story. Whether what they were looking for is there, who knows? But the weed didn't mean to get knocked off.
I just have a simple question over here, right? Just one simple question. You know, as you might see, I had a little fun time outside. I'm a person of fun. We can talk this out. I just have one question. We are 4 people by now, so each and every one has their own bedroom. What the fuck were you looking for in my bedroom and not in your own? Never cried before, pretty girl. What's going on?
I told you I was looking for napkins.
Yeah, but
I
why
don't have
in
any
my
room? Your
room?
room's right beside mine. I didn't have any in mine. I was going down the line.
Why didn't you just go into the community room? We have napkins in the kitchen.
I couldn't find any. I'm a
Yo,
little
Smasher,
flustered.
what's the pretty girl in the kitchen again?
I left because I was going to take a nap. I told Smasher that. When I came in here, the first thing I did was start to look for napkins because my makeup was smeared.
This could be perhaps a good time to bring up that if you ever did partake in the chores, you would know that the napkins are right in the second shelf of the kitchen.
That is fair. I'm very sorry.
Indeed.
I don't want people in my room. I've said it before. Like, the weed is one
The
thing,
whole
okay?
house is sort of a community place. It's not really your room.
Oh, am I supposed to walk into your place and mess with all of your
No.
makeup because I'm looking for napkins?
I mean, you can walk into my room anytime. We sort of all share this
I'm gonna
place.
put you on
The
that.
only place that's off limits is the selector's room.
Okay, yeah, cool. If this all a commune and we're all fucking chilling here, that's fine. If I need something I can't find in my room, I'm gonna get to your room too. I mean, as you said before, you're right next door.
All right.
Beautiful.
Scott's been leaning against the door.
Sorry.
His arms crossed, and he just for the record, any of you is welcome in my room, especially if it's late at night and you need some company. I'm just saying.
Precedent is a wonderful thing.
I think of that, Wyatt like audibly like scoffs and turns and walks out past Smasher back to her room. Because she's just like, ugh, disgusting. She's so done with all of you at this point.
What a colossal... No, my parents raised me better than that. I only insult people in bed if they want it.
That is a good way to go about it.
Even though you've already called her a bitch to her face. I only call people insults to their faces.
And in bed.
And in bed. Indeed.
I mean, sometimes depending on the way things go, even at the same time. Most of the time, more into the pillow or to their back butt. You okay, Urvy?
Sometimes it's got to be to the face, though. It's okay. It's a little
It's
harsher
more romantic
that way. Yeah, more romantic. That's the word we were looking for.
Layers upon layers upon layers.
Yeah, gotta have prolonged eye contact when you're insulting someone. Yeah,
that's when it hurts the most.
Exactly.
You'd know something about that, old Smasher, wouldn't you, old chap?
Well, why don't you come over tonight and find out?
I mean, in the worst case, I'm gone tomorrow, so we could have a little fun.
I never say no to a good time, so.
Sounds like the selector's room's about to be a party.
Yeah, I was gonna say bring your
Right.
weed, but I guess you don't have any more of that, so that sucks.
No,
Is
sadly
Alex
not.
gonna try and clean out what is in the carpet, like what he could get,
Yeah.
or is okay?
Yeah. Never. I mean, I don't have much anymore, and gets actually down, makes a show to get on his knees. It's like, I mean, like bent down. You're always gonna savor what you got. Yeah, tries to save what can be saved. Like, and sometimes be like, oh, come on, it was such a beautiful flower. It was.
Tasty
That
little nuggets.
was
I mean, that was
the
just a
good bug.
crime to the community. I am gracious. I am generous. I share what I have.
After negotiation and transaction, sure.
Hey, first one was free.
That one, I shall agree.
I'd say you're probably going to be able to scrape up enough weed for maybe 2 points, but they're not going to be your pretty and your standard ones.
Yeah.
I noticed the amount and then I just smirk at Alex. It seems that I have the superior supply at this point. Whatever would that mean?
Smart boy,
Trivia.
you gotta talk straight to me. I don't get all your fancy finance stuff.
You know who to talk to, Alex. And he will, saunter out.
Do I?
God.
There's a little backwards glint of glasses before he goes up.
Why are we all this way?
You're locked in a house with one another for 12 weeks is what we're going to say, but it's really just
Stockholm
a
syndrome.
neurodivergence.
No, I didn't mean the character. I mean the players. Why are we all this way?
I mean, Alex has a tattoo of Hades Stone to take what you can get and to make the most of it. So there's a reason he's wearing that
big
bandana.
Time hipster.
Absolutely cute. With flowers and shit.
Y'all do know it's probably going to be about a day before the objection cut challenge will happen, just as a heads up. And then you'll have that, and then it'll be another day or two before anybody is actually kicked out of the house.
Is this a challenge it's just a challenge that you're not eliminated? This isn't the selector challenge, correct?
Correct. So the next challenge that'll come up will be everyone's
Community.
going to, yeah, essentially. It's going to be everyone's competing in it to figure out if anybody will be taken off of the block type deal.
Cool. I was just curious.
Yes. This will be the opportunity for Wyatt and Alex to not. But I just wanted to give y'all a small time frame of how long it will take before the challenge starts for roleplay and interaction purposes.
Cool.
By the way, Alex will make a big deal out of it to get into your room all the time and look for pens. Just pens.
I genuinely don't think it bothers. I don't think it bothers them. I think that in their mind, they've got that thing of this is like a ever since the beginning, this is a community area. And like, I think the only time it really bothers them is when they see you gravitating toward like a lot of their stuff. But even then, that sort of steely reserve comes on. And they swallow it down because now they're not going to let anything get to them. Does that make sense? Like they're like not going to let it get to them.
You know what? Alex gonna knock one time and be like, hey.
Yes.
So, no hard feeling because of the weed. Could have happened to anybody. But since one of the two of us probably is going home, and you know a lot about makeup and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I use he, they. So if you want to help me and get breach a gender journey and explore myself and just find out who I really are, I would be really interested. You know how to do the makeup. I don't know how to do makeup. Not at all. like I do a little eyeliner and people think it's hot, but like you know the whole thing.
I feel like there's a catch here.
No, not at all. I'm just curious.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not genuine. Like, what are you looking for here? Like a full beat, just a little bit to bring out your features? What are we going for here?
If you don't want to.
No, I'll do it. I need to know what you're looking for before I do something, before I get into this. Like, what do you want?
I leave myself in your capable hands. You know more about all of this than I do.
Okay. Come over here then and sit down. And she'll
Right now?
put
Okay, cool.
she'll like place him in front of the vanity like that's set up. And if Alex allows it, I mean, we'll go full out beat on, like, drag beat on Alex's face.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like full on foundation. It doesn't, I don't think it matches your skin, like does as good as she can because this is what she's working with. But foundation, bronzer, highlighter, different types of eyeshadow, eyeliner design, mascara, even puts on like a sort of nude shade of lipstick, like doesn't make it overly overly feminine, but like brings out your masculine features and like does a little bit of an androgynous look with it, but just does a full beat on your face. And it takes, I think it takes a while. Like it takes a good hour. And by the time she's done, she steps away and she like points at the mirror and is just like, well, what do you think?
I'm impressed.
Well, I had to do my own makeup for pageants.
How do you do like the thing that it's like, but inside it's not like.
You were really good at sitting still. I'll give you that.
Training.
Yeah, I didn't have the money to hire anyone to do my makeup and my hair, so I had to do it myself.
Oh no, I'm not talking about makeup. This is so
about?
Cool.
What are you talking about?
Well, if your innocent soul doesn't get it on yourself, maybe I'm not supposed to tell you. Let me just say, these here come in black too.
Can you get out?
All right. Thank you so much for the makeup. It's been a real experience. I really
just shaking her head. She just I don't think she like even makes like eye contact with you. She just watches you leave through the mirror.
Okay, yeah. Alex gets out, gets into the most flamboyant shit he owns, puts on fucking Britney Spears, and starts like a drag show in a community kitchen.
So this is my question for Alex. When you're talking about most flamboyant clothes that you own, I am just going to put this out here because we have talked about communal wares and you guys have evicted several other people.
Oh, right.
I will say there is probably the potential for there to be other clothes than just Alex's in that house if you have something that you would particularly think he'd want.
Is it normal for us to just snoop around and take what we want?
I mean, if there's leftover things that people didn't take out with them, I feel like those would be fair game.
Oh, may I roll something to see if I find something good?
Yeah, absolutely. I love rolls. We'll hit 3d4 up. I feel like this though is going to be we're gonna make it either a savvy or caliber. I am only saying caliber because digging through other people's stuff can sometimes get really gross.
I would prefer savvy.
Yeah, we'll go with a vision savvy.
Nice. Okay, so I have 4 and 6 and 8. 18.
Yeah.
Wait, no, not 18. Wait. I have 4 plus 2, 6 is plus 8 is 14? 14. No. I'm gay, I can't do
It's
math.
12. And then plus 4 is 16. Plus 8 is 24.
No, like I have... Okay, I'm 4 plus 2 proficiency plus 8. 14. Yes, I was right with 14. Okay, yeah.
So an 8.
I rolled an 8, so I am at a 14.
14? Yeah, I'd say you'd probably be able to find a couple of little, maybe more effeminate items that are in a free game that aren't in Wyatt's room. I will
Yeah,
put that
no.
one. Because I'm sure you're not digging through and going, Wyatt, can I please have a dress?
No. Also, like, I believe he wouldn't go full dress, but like, if there's like a violet blouse that's like, he can just close the lowest button that goes like this. That's
Okay,
like
got that like
shimmery and stuff like
little.
that. That like what even our shoulders? The answer is yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, he's gonna go full hoe. Like, imagine what would happen if Angel Dust from Husband Hotel had what he had, but Angel Dust was a bit a tiny, like not full on Angel Dust, but like 3 steps before Angel Dust, but still.
Okay, I got you. We haven't got the full like addiction into it at all, but we're adding a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, a bit glitz and glam.
I think while the rest of the inhabitants of the house might have been up to whatever they were up to, Con would have been doing his usual routine of every day. He identified something that would be a good thing to keep him or give people a reason to keep him here, and is that he was as that the talented pretty boy. He's skilled at a lot of things, and one of the foremost things being cooking. He's an excellent cook. So he is once again in a shirt and pants and professional shoes deal. This time the apron has been changed. It's a soft pastel color with just 4 blanks, and then beneath that is the chef, dash 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 the chef is what is written on his apron. And he is just engaged in very anime kitchen management. It's some crazy shit.
Being the chef is honestly probably the best strategy.
Mhm.
That is the one way to guarantee yourself the final 4 is just being the cook.
Con's a smart lad.
What sort of things would you say are Con's like specialties? Like what if hypothetically you were able to request food, what things would Con have requested for the house guests to cook?
Oh, essentially, he would have had not just non-veg offerings. He would have had veg offerings as well. But he'd be a very fusion kind of guy. But as far as you're asking what he would request as food or what he would provide
Yeah,
as food.
because I feel like production would have caught on to the fact that you were the cook. So at some point they
Okay.
probably would have been like, "What do you like to cook?" You know, like let's treat the people who are actually doing things in the house, kind of deal.
Right. Okay. I think he would have been a very fusion kind of cook, generally approaching things from a Mediterranean kind of approach, very light, very well cooked, but not too heavy on the spices, etc. But yeah.
maybe leaning a little more seafoody than like heavier.
Yeah, seafoody, chicken and maybe a little bit of beef here and there, but more seafood, more vegetables that haven't been cooked for too long, retaining that fresh crisp, etc. Yeah.
I like it.
Corn knows his stuff, but he would have generally through over 12 weeks, he would have generally arrived at what each person kind of generally prefers. So he would have assembled a kind of meal that would cater to the remaining 4 people here, and as always, he makes a little bit that he sets aside for the camera people.
Just kind of puts it off to a little area, like the secret production door where they can kind of run into the house to add things as need be, and they just sneak it off. The mages in the back who are constantly having to cast scry. Love it.
And he's very industriously captivated by his usual routine.
Does he do any this one is also just gonna be a general question for everyone. So with Con being I almost want to say kitchen manager, your chef, are there any other household responsibilities other people feel like their characters might have taken on at this point?
Absolutely not.
I believe Alex would have gone for the garden. First, because he likes to smoke outside, and second of all, he would in the first half of the season, he would have gone out to seduce people to not be the slut instantly, and be like, yeah, you're just gonna if you plant something, you're just gonna feel the earth, it's something intimate.
Absolutely, plants can be very if you will,
fecund.
To elaborate, I think that Wyatt spent a lot of her time manipulating other people to do chores for her. And so now as the final 4 who are smart enough to have caught on to that, she's just used to not doing them. You know what I'm saying? Like the other 3 have caught on to that she was manipulative and got other people to do chores for her. So now she's used to not doing them.
Doesn't know necessarily what needs to be done because everybody else has already done it.
And
so
Con Con called her out too, you didn't do any chores, and so she still doesn't care. It still hasn't inspired her to do anything else. She probably does her own laundry. She does her own laundry. Of course, she has to have clean clothes. But anything community based, helping she'll probably wash her own dishes. But cleaning up after Con, who is nice enough to cook dinner for everybody, no, she won't even do that. She doesn't. Yeah.
I might be making a bold assumption here, but Con seems like the kind of guy who's going to clean his kitchen as he goes.
I would assume so too, but anything
hell yes.
left over, she's not helping.
What about Smasher?
Duly noted.
I think Smasher is in charge of cleaning, the general area of the house, especially with his wings. He can, doesn't need to go to every nook and corner and dust it. He can just flap his wings and the dust just fucking flies off. And it's like if you've seen Lucifer, the show, where he just brings his wings closer together like a Hulk smash clap. But instead of a clap, it's like a gust of wind, and it just he can control how fast the wind blows, so it can either knock someone off their feet or just blow some dust off the carpet. So that's where he shines. So that's what he's been focusing on. But while all of this shit has been happening, while Alex is getting his makeup done and Con is in the kitchen. I think the smoothie kind of energized Scott, and he is outside, and he's took off his trench coat and his shirt. He's literally in like a pair of the shortest shorts that you've ever seen, tight shorts, and he's just push-ups, pull-ups, just strengthening his muscles and his core. And last couple of weeks, people have seen him try to experiment with a different thing, where instead of grabbing the pull-up bar with his hands, he grabs it with his wings. And the first few times it was very difficult and he probably lost a few feathers, but now he's gotten to a point where he can grip the pole with his wings. And why he's training that and why I said it that way is for Scott to know and for everyone else to find out. But yeah, so like his entire body is covered in sweat right now, just glistening in the sun, pull-ups and then just sweat dripping down from like you can see sweat dripping down the back of his neck all the way down his shorts and just yeah, that's what he's been doing.
Just for clarification for my personal view, are you like the wings like is the body in front of the bar, or are you like standing in front of the bar and the wings are just like pushing you off the ground?
No, the wings are grabbing onto the pole and he's using the wings instead of his hands. That's
okay.
He's been trying to strength train his wings for some reason.
I mean, you do what you got to do to keep yourself entertained in the Discerning Diviner Tavern. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, has a Smasher taken any one under his wing? I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, but you said it.
I did. But like
No,
did you have anyone like a workout buddy at any point in time?
I think the first couple of weeks he probably had someone, and they got very close. But this person, when they became the selector, they nominated him immediately, and it kind of broke his heart. And so then he was like, "Nah, fuck this." And as luck would have it, that next week they were eliminated themselves. So he sees that as divine intervention, and now he's like, no more friends, no more buddies, cutthroat, fuck everyone, literally and figuratively, yes.
Understood. Somebody stabbed poor Scott in the back, and now he's out for blood.
Yeah.
I love it. So after like an hour or so, and Alex has come out with a beat face. This would be Khan's first time, I would assume, seeing this coming out. Full Britney Spears. What Britney are we listening to? Just out of curiosity. Is there anything? That's what I envisioned as well. So.
Now that certainly looks inspired.
Right? I mean, one of us has to go home soon, and either she couldn't help me with that anymore, or I wouldn't have this important step on my gender journey, right?
Yes, your journey.
I am he, they. I'm he, they. And let's be honest, we all know I'm swinging all the ways. Like, honey, I'm a carousel.
That is entirely fair, Alex. But some individuals are just fabulous enough to be zeniths in their own persons. And that sometimes is a little more centered.
Sweetheart, I'm high on my fucking mind. And I've got Britney going on. Let's have a party.
Perhaps after breakfast, I've made your favorite. Yeah, I don't know what would Alex's favorite food be? Favorite like breakfast food be?
I believe Alex is a person who eats basically everything. I believe he would have like a soft spot for omelets, like a really good omelet.
It would be a exquisite omelet and some toast with options of garlic butter and normal butter.
I know why I like you. Now, how do I eat this without smudging my lipstick? This is gonna be hard.
Oh, not experienced with it, are you?
No. Got some tips for someone who's very unexperienced, like me?
I've always just used Vaseline, so I haven't had to go more than that with the scales.
Yeah, I mean, on the other side, like, do dragonborns ever wear lipstick?
Some of us do. It's a choice.
As a quick question, did our characters have something? Like, did we ended up in bed already?
I'd say, like, thus far, Con Fushan has been, like, very on the periphery of, like, that sort of interaction. He's been, like, suave and flirty, but he hasn't done anything with anybody just as of yet.
So Alex would look like take a long look at you. I'm sorry, this is such a very disrespectful question, but I can't really tell from the way you look, and I'm a person I'd rather ask question before assuming anything wrong. Do dragonborns have lips? Like in the way as humans or ASMR do? Or is it called something else?
Well, I apologize that your eyes aren't working in the moment, Alex, but I do have
I've got a lot of
lips.
glitter in it.
Indeed. Perhaps moderation in all things might do you some good.
Moderation.
Hmm.
Where's the fun in that?
Appearance can be loud.
Between the two of us, you were the one who lighted a joint before breakfast. Talking about moderation here.
Fair point, but he'll look up and Aadi had like a cool line, but because of that line and ADSD experience, I forgot the line. So assume that, like, Korn had a like really cool reply at this moment. I'll perhaps come back to it if you let me put a pin on it.
Absolutely. It's a cold cut moment. Whatever the line was, it comes like after advertising break. They show that little clip of Khan being really about it in the kitchen.
Also, like, you were the person who lighted up the joint before breakfast. Cut is a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But while we are talking about cuts to a commercial break, I feel like this is going to be a good time for our personal cut to commercial break.
Awesome.
For a human bio break, if that is all right with everyone. And then when we come back, we'll talk objection challenge. Hello and welcome back. You are watching Discerning Diviner here over at Pantsless Tables. When we last left you all, our residents have just been, our resident smasher, otherwise known as Scott, just put up 2 of his co-residents for elimination, those being Wyatt and Alex. Reactions and hilarity ensued, including but not limited to Alex getting put into voluntarily and consensually put into drag. Mini smoothies were made, and I believe there was some sweaty workouts that happened as well. But coming back, our residents do out the rest of their day with various routines and shenanigans. I'm sure Confucian makes us some more delicious meals throughout the course of the time. I'm sure there's some spying on Smasher through the garden windows as he flexes those wings. But as the next day comes upon our residents, they are introduced to a new challenge. And this will be our objection challenge. So from a over-the-top table meta perspective, objection challenges throughout the game are used for taking people off of the block. So this is an opportunity for the candidates to take themselves off and not potentially get voted out. It is also an opportunity for other residents in the house to potentially win and possibly take an ally off of the block as well. However, you also have the opportunity, if you're not one of the people on the block, to just not take anyone off as well. So that is just the general vibe of an objection challenge, is to get someone objected.
I think after having made everyone's food and etc., Con would have gone to the nearest sitting space closest to where Smasher would be working out, and he'd be just lounging with a glass of a cocktail that he's just made for himself, and he's sketching Smasher going through his workout with the wings and stuff. Excellent detail.
Gotta get that sweaty.
Mhm.
Sweaty shading.
Every
Very.
bead of sweat is visible on that artistic representation of Smasher. Yes.
Indeed. Following every line of form and curve of muscle.
Yeah. Every freckle and veins on his arms and everything. I think once he's done with his workout, Smasher literally just flies up in the air about 60 feet, and he just plummets down to the ground as fast as he can. And he's going to stop right before he hits the ground, of course. But that velocity drop and the speed at which he dropped is enough to basically evaporate the sweat off of him. And as he steps back into the house, he's completely dry. And you can't tell at all, except for his hair. None of his body has any sweat on it anymore. And
you'd see Con raise his glass and to you and tip it before taking a sip.
He's gonna wink back and just walk over to the showers, because sure, the sweat dried off, but he still needs to get clean. So yeah.
Still got that you can feel the salt and the stick still of the sweat, even if it's not physically visible.
Yep.
Plus working some of that hot water into the muscles after a workout. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I believe our show would be 18 plus, right?
Yeah. This is definitely a Discerning Diviner After Dark. The mages that edit and clip the show together, they probably leave a few things out here and there. But After Dark, it's a different story. No edits. That's full streaming.
We all knew what we were signing up for, didn't we?
Yes. And
if we didn't, we kind of came up with it ourselves, didn't we?
Shh.
We asked for this.
Shh.
Just for our viewers at home, we didn't plan it for it to get this horny this fast, but here we are.
I mean, when you insert the mind stake of somebody who's been locked in a house with certain people for 12 weeks, it just happens.
Stockholm syndrome does not begin to cover it.
Psychological torture, but speaking of not psychological torture, there would be a little screen of sorts, maybe even a mirror. I think would be significantly cooler, so we're going with a mirror. all of the mirrors within the vicinity would click on at a point. Like a viewing panel, a portal, if you will, with your host appearing. And she gives you a call. Come time for the challenge to have
Call from
everyone.
the host.
Ho, 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 ho. Cool sounds, obviously, much more magical than what I can make with my mouth. And she would inform you all that the next objection challenge is getting ready to begin out in the courtyard, and that everyone should make their way there.
Con will, hearing that, will put down the prep that he was doing, set it apart, puts them in the fridge, and then take off the apron, fold it, and put it aside, roll his sleeves up a little more, and open up the first button, and then shake his head and shaking the hair out, and walks out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that Wyatt is sort of dressed in like athleisure type of clothes, you know. She's been doing yoga or something like that in the big community room. It's not real yoga, but it's her definition of yoga. Yeah, it's like lazy stretching, leaning over and leaning back, you know, that kind of shit. And she follows out after Con.
Alex just going. Another smoothie in hand.
Alex and his smoothies.
Like, basically, all you have ever seen Alex eat are omelets and smoothies.
His diet is rank.
I mean, he does look like the twinkiest twink that ever twinked.
That's fair, yeah.
Like, the Twinkie bar looks like a Snickers next to him.
That's
That's a good one.
That's a visceral analogy.
It really is. I have this image in my brain.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. Yeah. Mhm. Good work there, Laura. Good work.
As you all are head out. Oh, go ahead. Yes, Smasher.
Oh yeah. So Scott steps out of the shower, or like the. I'm assuming they don't film in the bathrooms, right? So he steps out.
Yeah, no.
Already like fully dressed. He's got this really nice purple 3-piece suit on, with like a black shirt, boots that match his purple belt, and of course a trench coat. The trench coat is also black, and it's like as always, you know, like it's not like just black. It's more like that Japanese silk black, and Japanese silk purple as well. Just, you know, like it shines in the sunlight, and he knows he's not part of this challenge because, you know, he's not on the block at all. So he's wearing like the tightest shoes possible. His pants are also tight, like you can see the outline of his muscles in his pants, because he doesn't need to do any physical workout today. So he's gonna dress as you know, as what's the word? As outlandishly as possible so that the attention is on him, even though the others are performing.
So I will go ahead and actually interject here real fast. He will also be competing because you are going to want your competitors to stay on the block, I would assume.
Oh, okay,
so he
cool.
will also, everyone will be competing, yeah. So everybody will get the opportunity to either help get people off the block, help get themselves off the block, or keep them there.
Okay. Let me change that really quick.
Yeah,
so,
no, they're all good.
Yeah, he is.
In case that helps you, we just had an advertisement blog, or are still in it.
I am out. I did have an ad block though when you asked.
Yeah, so not a lot was lost here.
Wait, what?
I'm still
Yeah,
in
sorry,
the ad.
I'm a little lost.
I'm confused. What?
On the Twitch channel.
Yeah, but when it plays an ad, it still has the stream going on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, on stream. I was so confused. Yeah.
Yes. No. We had an ad playing, and it makes the big screen go away, and it shrinks.
I
and
usually
it's so
like run
notified.
ads every hour for 3 minutes so that it doesn't interrupt anything else. So it's perfect timing for the ad, actually. Yeah. So he's still wearing the exact same thing. The only difference is that I don't know if people are into pro wrestling or not, but earlier this year, or I think it was sometime last year, there was this wrestling show, WWE show in Saudi Arabia. And since it was in Saudi Arabia, the women were not allowed to compete in what they usually wear. So they were wearing like full-length jumpsuits. One of the performers was wearing a full-length jumpsuit that was modeled to look like a suit. So it looked like an actual suit, but it had all the flexibility of like a jumpsuit or like a tracksuit or whatever. So that is what. So basically, it looks like he's wearing a 3-piece suit, but in actuality, it's just his jumper, and it's a pair of gray, like black sweatpants, and they look like the same. Like, they look very tight, but they're like the most comfortable things he's worn. He's wearing these really nice black sport shoes with like purple streaks on them, because today's theme is black and purple, because that's what he wanted to go for. And just steps out, fixes his trench coat, and again reaches over for the imaginary seer ball thing, looks into it. It's showtime, babies. And he walks over to wherever this is happening.
Excellent. Yes. So out in the courtyard, as all of you will walk out, you're seeing Smasher grab the. I imagine Smasher literally just grabs anywhere in the air. This is up to the producers at this point to figure out where he's going to grab. The mages have a fun little like betting pool going on in the back to see how good they are at putting the ball where you're going to try and grab it. It's become a whole game for them.
Yeah, I'm assuming they are very interested in seeing where I grab the ball. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Like, because they gotta do these edit sequences, man. So as you all step out though of the into the courtyard, it has been transformed into a more open playing field with a large balcony of sorts in the center. The host clicks on over a loudspeaker or a thaumaturgy projection, if you will. And you can hear them could proceed to explain to you the rules, which I am going to do for you now as the GM and not as the host. This is me player time. So all at this large balcony, all characters, all residents will make their way up to the top of the balcony, where in designated areas, they will have a crate of balls. These are simple styrofoamy, like Nerf kind of balls, very squishy. If you pelt each other with them, it is not going to hurt or leave bruises. The point of this challenge, though, is not to pelt each other with balls. The point of this challenge, as you look over the edge of the balcony, is to drop balls into a tiny tube. So down on the ground beneath you, down on the ground beneath you, is a tube in which you will drop the balls into the tube. The goal is going to be getting 5 balls into the tube. Simple enough? Sounds simple enough.
Almost.
I feel like it's not going to be, but sure.
It's not, no, because there's a great height between you and this tube from where you will be dropping the balls into the tube.
Ah.
So it will take precision, accuracy, and a steady wrist.
Okay.
Magic is forbidden, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We'll be using only your hand skills in this situation.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
So as players, mechanically, the way this will work out is you all, on your turn, will get to take an action, bonus action, movement, and speech. Your action will be in this case, a roll of some sort. You can choose what ability you would like to use. Whether you're aiming more sleight of hand, more strategy, more if you want to go bronzy and just kind of chuck it down there, it's up to you. You can explain how you want to drop your ball, and we can determine a roll from there. And then there is a DC set for whether or not the ball will drop into the hole.
Can
Make
you
sense?
do different things each roll?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't
Okay.
have to do this because, like, if you find, character-wise, if your character was dropping a ball in a certain spot and it missed, you might want to use your movement, readjust next time, and drop again.
Can you use the same thing, or does it block out? Okay.
Nope, you can use the same because if it works for you, you're gonna want to continue
Okay.
doing it.
Okay.
type
Cool.
of
I
thing.
just want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I love questions, and that's what's gonna help with this. If you have bonus actions, which everybody picked talents prior to the session, that way we were grown and developed over the course of the last 12 weeks. You will also have an opportunity to use bonus actions if you have them. And then with speech can be really as long as you want. This is your time to maybe make deals with other residents on who wants to win, who wants to lose. You can shit talk one another, that kind of thing.
I've got a question.
I love questions.
I have the feat fast hand, so I have a bonus action item interaction. Does that mean I can use 2 balls?
Oh, I have that too. Good job, Bard.
Would get you an opportunity to drop more balls during your turn. So higher opportunity.
And that
And
would be
it's-
an agility thingy, right?
Yes.
So I
And-
gotta ask you how advantage works.
So advantage, you would get to double all of your modifiers.
Okay.
So if you are proficient in it, it would be a +4. If you are expertise in it, it would be a +8, plus whatever agility modifier you had. So if you had like a +2 to your sleight of hand, that's a +4, etc. All additional numbers other than what you rolled would get times by 2.
Yeah.
Is there any Con's going to kind of look around? He's standing at the kind of brink of where they'd have to kind of throw from. Is it just a straight drop?
Yep.
Okay. Can Con look around to see if he sees any detritus, leaves or some shit?
Like a excess debris type deal.
Yeah. He's going to try and see if he can find something like that. Something that he can throw to kind of gauge the wind.
Okay, we're looking for a wind gauge. We'll do that come like turn time because I feel like that would definitely be a move on that one.
Sure.
But I like where our head's at. So before we get started, challenge wise, do we have any questions mechanically? We'll go over it again once we're actually doing it, but
I think it depends on the pitch, does it not, in these situations?
It will. Yeah. Okay. Well then, to get started, we're gonna have everybody roll a d20. No modifiers.
Okay.
I have one right in front of me.
13.
I also rolled a 13. Do we roll off?
Yeah, we'll roll off on that one.
Okay.
Aadi, did you get a 13?
I rolled a
Mine-
20 that time.
That's an 18 for me.
I got a 6.
Sure. All right, so it's gonna start. We'll go down. The line is gonna be Wyatt, Alex, Con, and Scott.
Yeah, Scott is just really confident and he's like, no, please, go ahead. Go first. I'll
go
take my turn later. Yeah.
And like realistically, in a game like this, a challenge like this, everybody's going to be dropping balls about this at the same time. The way it would work, it's just for simplicity of initiative and talking about it. So at the top of our round, it's going to be Wyatt.
Okay. So, I guess, how does movement work in this? I want to move to get into position, I guess.
Yeah, so all of you will already be standing up on the balcony, so movement will just be more of a shuffling, I feel.
Okay.
You have 20 feet of shuffle room.
Okay, cool. So I want to shuffle to get like in position on, in front of my tube. And because I also have fast hands, I'm going to take 2 balls. And I would like to, if you'll allow me, use intuition to know where I should, like, to intuit where I need to place these balls to go down the tube.
I gotcha. I like it. So yeah, go ahead and you're gonna roll 3d4.
Okay, and so because I have a 4 in savvy and I have proficiency in intuition, I added, so it'll be a +6 to this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. Sorry, I have to stare at them. Okay, that is a 11 plus 6, 17.
17. So as you go to drop this first ball in, Wyatt, you're leaning over the edge and you're like, all right, I shuffle around. Drop it. And it goes in.
Yes.
And you can hear over the thaumaturgy, we've got Wyatt with 1.
And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the second one.
You go and you're lining up your ball. You're like, okay, this is about the right centimeter in height. This is where I had it before. You release.
Oh, hold on. My brain just went. I got 9 on the dice plus 6. So 15. Okay, sorry. I'm also gay and can't do math.
We feel it.
Thank you.
I say as I am the queer who drives and does math.
Oh goodness.
That's my role.
You're breaking stereotypes, honey.
I do. As the second ball drops, though, you think that maybe your pinky hit it or something, and it drops, and it's like, oh god, maybe, and you watch as it bounces off the rim of the tube next to you.
Cool. Yeah, I think I look at everyone else and I think I give a genuine smile at everyone and I say, all right, let's bring our A games. Good luck. And that's my turn.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
And don't fuck it up.
All right, Alex, as you are going to take your turn, you can hear the host calling over the system. We've got Wyatt who's dropped 1.
Good job, Wyatt. Alex is not bad with savvy, but he's an agile guy. So I would love to I believe he would just take 2 balls and just like aim and throw them.
Okay. Heck yeah. So we're going more sleight of hand with it.
Yeah, a sleight of hand. Where am I? Here they are. Roll. Love to see it. 4, 6, 8 plus 14.
14. As you are kind of doing a nice little like wrist flick, you've been practicing with your DJ skills. You know, you got to do the little scritchy, scritch. So you put a little bit too much scritch in your scratch, though, when you were dropping this ball. And it kind of, similarly to Wyatt's where it bounced off the rim, yours kind of does this little loop around the rim before sliding down the side and not quite into the tube.
Dang it. But I have fast hands, so we're just gonna do this again. And now it is a... Wait, I need to do the math. It's a 17.
17! So as you drop the second one in, you made a little readjustments with the wrist, the flick of it all. And you watch as your little wrist flick, it does the full loop around the tube again. And there's that moment with bated breath before it drops down into the tube. And you can hear the host calling out, we've got Wyatt with 1. We've got Alex with 1. We're neck and neck. Anything else that you'd like to call out, Alex?
No, I guess I turn to the other one and go like,
Good luck, Bubbles. And as you prep for your next round, Con.
Khan steps up to the edge, kind of like, looking down, and he would find like, a little bit of detritus and just kind of kick it over the edge and observe how it falls. It's just that casual kind of kick and then just lean down as he considers. And he is, given that he has now sent scouts out to reconnaissance and he has a better layout of the ground, he is now going to strategize the best path forward. And he's going to try and throw the balls in a way that one is kind of like, in the airstream of the other. And so that they kind of get in.
I gotcha. So we're trying to calculate like the wind versus the geometrical drop you got to do, what that arc's gonna bring you.
Yeah, that's the first one. I have 2 balls that I've thrown, and I have a third one, which I'm.
We
gonna
all
chuck
take
after
fast
this.
hands.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
did everybody take fast hands? I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have 2 hands, and then I'm gonna have a third one, so that my fast hands action is going to be separate. But the first one is like, I'm gonna try and get 2 of them in at the same time, just following in kind of swirling.
I got you. So we're tossing 2.
2 at the and at the first
Gotcha.
one.
So
yeah,
since you're
sorry, go
trying
ahead.
to, I am gonna raise the DC up by 1
Fair,
that I have,
fair.
just so you know.
Fair.
just by one?
By one. Y'all are having.
The DM has spoken. All right.
Not the
Shh. But that's just for full transparency for the table and for the stream as to what the host's brain is doing with this. But yes, bring it on. It's gonna be that 3d4 plus your mods.
That's
Under strat.
because I have an expertise in strategy. There's going to be a +8.
I see.
3, 4 plus. Stuck for. It's not coming through for some reason. Why is that not going? There we go. Oh, that's an 18.
Okay. With an 18,
Mm-hmm.
you got both of the balls in your claw. And you're giving them that nice little like kiki toss over the edge just to see if one will bounce, hit each other, how and like everybody's watching you out of your peripheral because they think you're fucking insane for sending out 2 balls. Like that's a risk. Like you're gonna lose balls in your crate. That's 1 less ball. But you watch and you do this little toss and you watch as one of the balls bounces off of the rim up and knocks the other ball into the tube.
Okay.
Your geometry bullshit worked. There's a moment where you think it's not. There's a bounce. There's a pause. You could have overshot it, but it just falls in, and you can hear the host be like, "Khan's doing some tricks there, guys. Better watch out. We're 1-1-1."
Camera flashes back to like the finger pressing up the glasses, anime glass flash, and then he will make the second throw with the second ball. That's going to be a repeat of the same thing.
So we're strategizing again, throw in the double ball situation.
No, this is. I mean, if you permit me, I would not mind.
Or you just strategize into drop, I guess.
Oh no, I'm trying to get at least 1 more in at this point. So I'm just throwing a single ball at this time.
Okay.
I mean, Khan's a gambler, but like there was a little return, and when to like fold as well. So he is going to just throw a single ball this time.
Okay.
Fuck, that's a 12.
You just kind of give it that nice little. You were trying to do the same flick that you did last time because it worked out for you. So consistency is always a good method. But it only worked out because you had that second ball with you. And this one gets a little overshot. And you can kind of see it roll a little away in the.
He'll kind of do that little and spin around.
A full little. I like it. I like it. And that brings us over to Scott. You've heard the host call out for the other three having made a single point.
Scott is all right. He pulls up the camera thing to his face again. This is either going to go really well or I'm going to look like an absolute fool. And I think both of those are very entertaining. So we're doing this. And he grabs a ball, he turns around, and he pops it over the back of his head. I'm going to try to use sleight of hand. Scott used to play basketball in high school. So I'm going to use sleight of hand and try to get the ball in without even bouncing. It's like nothing but net is what he's trying to do.
Okay.
So it's going to arc in the air and just pop right into the whatever. Yeah, and he's doing it from off the back of his head. So like he's not even looking. Right? So
Okay.
he's turned around and yeah. Okay, so that's 3d4 plus 3 plus 4, right?
Yes.
That's 16.
Okay. Nothing but net it is.
Let's fucking go.
You turn around. You don't look after you've flung it over your shoulder and just whoop. But you hear the host come over the air and goes, and we are tied with all 4 of our residents with 1 ball in the tube. Do you have anything else on your turn, Scott?
Is the host with us or are they like separate in a different room, but we can just see them?
You wouldn't be able to see. They are outside of the house. So it is more of a like thaumaturgy voice situation at this moment. There are other times, like when she originally popped in and tell you guys to go to like the yard, where she'll come in through like a portal vision type deal on like mirrors and things.
Okay,
So
interesting.
you've seen her, she's just not in person.
Okay. So
Outside world.
none of the skills that I have. Is sabotage allowed? Is that a thing or no?
What are you thinking?
Like just, talking shit.
Yeah, you can talk shit all you want. You don't have to have that's speech, baby.
No, but like talking shit to cause a debuff.
Debuff?
Is that a thing or no?
Not at the moment, but I like where the brain's at. I would say that's definitely something we could add in as a talent.
Yeah, okay, cool. So for now, it's just if any of you had the will and the skill to do it the way that I did, you would turn around and try to go nothing for net 2. But I know you're a bunch of wimps who care more about the optics than about anything else. So good luck with that.
I hate repeating myself, but you gotta speak normally with me. I don't get what you're saying.
Turn
He's
around
saying that
and try to do it the way I did. If because why not? It's fun.
he's saying be cool instead of trying to win.
Setting you
For
a
him
challenge.
to talk.
I would not trade with him in the market.
So the way I'll do this, because I like the challenge that's being posed from Smasher, definitely that moment. I will give whoever does accept Smasher's challenge an additional 1 to your roll.
Gonna try.
So what are we trying to do in that instance?
So the next round, if you attempt to slide a hand it backwards over your shoulder, I'll give you an additional 1. So we'll reward for the challenge. You don't have to try, but if you do.
Thorn just kind of shakes his head. He's not that much of a inveterate, bad gambler.
You know your odds.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's gonna bring you to the end of the round. The host re-announces the score, letting you all know that you are tied 1-1 and 1. For stream purposes, at the end of a round, typically the host or resident gets an opportunity to have a turn. This could include things like adding slime, goo, grossness to the game, making things more difficult for the players. But at the moment, they're literally trying to drop a ball into a tube. I'm not throwing things at them. This is hard enough. Smasher's already proposed another challenge anyway, so we'll come back up to the top of the round there with Wyatt.
I think Wyatt looks at Smasher and looks at, like, grabs a ball in her hand and is just like, you know what? I'm tired of playing it safe, and turns around to do sleight of hand just like Smasher did. So that would be sleight of hand. So agility plus I have expertise in sleight of hand, so gonna be
So
a
it'll
plus 7 for me.
And then the additional +1 that I'm giving for
So
trying
plus
the challenge.
8.
Yep.
Oh my god, okay. So 20. I rolled 3 4s.
Walk.
Hell yeah! Wyatt, you look down at Smasher before you throw this over your shoulder.
I take one out of Alex's book and I wink and then I do it, and I don't even turn to look at it because I think she's a little scared, and she like waits until she hears it hit the tube before she turns around and just like, I did it just like that. I'm assuming and praying a 20 hits the DC.
No, 100%, absolutely. Though that hits the DC there. You hear the host coming over and be like, "Oh, Wyatt's accepting challenges and making work with it. Somebody wants off that block."
And then I'm gonna use my fast hands to do another one.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna do back to intuition. Like I'm really getting intuitive about this. I'm really gonna try to do what I was doing. So I have proficiency, so that's a +6 for me. Let's see if I can do it. $16.
16. Yeah. You had a brief moment, where you are been overwhelmed by your experience of tossing a ball back over your shoulder and getting nothing but net. And so when you flick your little wrist this go around, you'll watch as the ball hits the tube and it sits there for a second right on the edge, like that hole-in-one moment where you're just waiting for the golf ball to fall in. And then it does.
Wyatt is overjoyed, but it's like that sort of quiet overjoy where she's just like sort of squealing to herself with her arms up, and she's just like, okay, I got this, almost got this. And like she's overjoyed. But she's not, she looks at everybody else and she's not bragging. She's trying to keep it together, and she's just like, okay, y'all, it's almost over. This is almost time. We've almost got this. It's just like, that's all she's saying.
Everyone else leaned over, getting ready to drop balls. Alex.
Alex accepted the challenge, so Alex will be like, try it.
Okay. That's your sleight of hand?
No, with agility. Yeah, right. Sleight of hand, right. Because that is agility. So I am at... Oh! Wait, that's a 17?
Okay. It isn't as clean nothing but net as you'd seen Wyatt done, but you fling it back on over your shoulder there, and it you watch as it kind of right down into the tube.
And now you're gonna tell me if this is an extra item interaction, because I do have fast hands. But
Yes.
what I would love to do is for Alex to pull up his bandana over his, like he's got it a bit looser than I, over his eyes, take one of the balls with his mouth and just drop it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I will say you can definitely. It takes one hand to cover your eye, the other hand to put a ball in your mouth. So I will allow that as a fast hands interaction. Absolutely.
Okay, so by now, is it still sleight of hand? Because I'm technically not using my hand.
You're not using your hand. What check are you thinking? Because I'm leaning a little performance on this one. Because it's what that mouth do.
Urvy, no.
That one was intentional.
I know it was. That makes it worse.
I mean, I can do performance. I could try vision because I still gotta visualize it in my head.
I feel like if you're arguing visualizing in head, that's more intuition.
Okay, yeah. So it doesn't really matter. Okay. Even if I don't drop it and get it in, it's hilarious.
It is. This is
yeah,
so
no
good. Just
fucking
leaning
way.
over.
I rolled that's an 11.
It's a Nerf foam ball. So you had this situation where when you went to drop it, instead of it just completely leaving your mouth, there is now a chunk of foam, like in it, and part of it has fallen. So it's just like this crumpled foam sphere that is flat against the ground with just styrofoam in your mouth. It's yummy, right?
Yeah, so what Alex got was what Alex wanted. All of the viewers see him go, oh no, I have white stuff in my mouth.
Darn.
God damn
it. You can find more on my OnlyFans.
The ratings shoot up. The ratings shoot up.
Like, this is a clip. Like, we will find this on TikTok tomorrow.
Well, y'all won't, but the rest of the viewers definitely are making their mashups. They got their little fan cams going. Alex's hashtag trends are wild. Wild. Con, you have just watched a challenge be proposed before you. A ball is getting dropped by mouths, and you are focused, sir.
Challenges are for those who have something to prove. I don't. And what is the goal of this thing? This is most number of balls, or the number of who gets to a certain number of balls first?
Goal is first to 5.
You know what? And how many balls are left?
You got a crate full. So there's probably a good 50 plus in there.
Then
you got plenty of balls.
No question about it. The first drop, he's going to try and recreate what he did with the first thing, where he's trying to get 2 balls in, doing
that strategy moment again.
Yeah, and what I'm trying to do is I'm learning from before. I'm trying to pitch it closer so that the second ball follows in the airstream, so it's just coasting behind it kind of situation.
Okay.
So that they kind of potentially could both fall into the hole, into the tube, right?
Okay.
So I understand if there's a higher DC, but
yes, there's a DC for 1 and there's a DC for 2.
Yeah, I'm going to try 2 in the first attempt, because I do have an additional attempt because of us. So that is going to be 3d4 plus 8. Fuck. That's a 15.
With a 15, you throw both of these balls. And maybe it's a gust of wind. Maybe your calculations were just slightly off. But you watch as both of these balls go up in the air. One curves off immediately and doesn't follow the trajectory. The other one, though, it's dropping, but it bounces off the lip of the tube, hits the back of the balcony, and kind of rolls to the ground.
There's an audible, tisk, and he will throw a third ball, a single ball, as
Bring
a
it
bonus action. Roll well, goddamn you. Hold on.
And this is the importance of RNG in TTRPGs.
Yep.
We know two things. The dice tell the stories and you're gonna honor the cock.
Ah, that is a 13, unfortunately.
A 13. No amount of
Don't you
stress.
have lucky?
What is lucky?
Don't you have the? I remember
talent?
someone else took lucky up the
Well,
3 rerolls. Oh, I thought you took it.
That's not me. No.
I also have it.
Maybe it was you I saw.
Sneaky people.
I took it, but I could have swore you had took it, but maybe I was thinking
It might have
Bard.
been Sassy might have taken it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I was just trying to help
No,
you.
absolutely.
No,
and
I
that's-
completely understand. The tail rises and slams up and down twice, and he stalks off.
Shuffles around on the balcony, just being a little pouty.
Yeah, a little bit.
I gotcha.
He'd look to the closest production chap. Can I light one up? A cigarette.
Yeah, there would be a pause, and the host would come over and be like, yeah, Con, for missing, we'll let you smoke another one.
Appreciate it.
He gets stress moments.
And he will turn around, start smoking a cigarette.
Scott is going to pull off what is known as a pro gamer move. He's going to grab one of the balls, he's going to toss it in the air, and Scott smash, and he's going to punch the ball.
We're like volleyball spiking now.
Yeah. He got it straight through to the name, right? So yeah, he just punches the ball and tries to get it into the the thing. That is going to be endurance, maybe.
I'd probably lean more athletics on that one. Endurance is going to be your ability to like stay strong and hold on to things. It's about length of time versus.
Fair enough. I don't have any proficiencies in athletics, though. That's just going to be 3d4 plus 3 then. I don't think that's enough.
Depends on what you get.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. That's an 11.
Punch the ball into the ground, though. Like, you smush the ball into the ground. This is a scary amount of strength that you have shown. The problem in the situation was just accuracy. And probably for the best. That way you didn't break the tube.
There's appreciative but yet sarcastic clapping coming from Quan.
You and Alex have both destroyed balls.
Yeah. Without even looking, he's just going to raise the finger in the general direction of wherever Con is. And yeah, that's it. That's his turn.
Okay. At the end of the round, the host comes over. We have Wyatt with 3, Alex with 2, and Con and Scott tied with 1. Our candidates are really wanting to get off this block, folks. At the top of the round, we'll have Wyatt.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to do sleight of hand again, but not over the shoulder. That was risking it too much, risking it for the biscuit. I think I'm going to do sleight of hand, and I'm going to do sort of like my own trick shot where I lay down on my stomach and like bounce it off the edge.
Okay.
Trying to put on a little bit of a show now because I think Wyatt's getting a little cocky.
Okay, I got you. I'm trying to like do a little beer pong moment almost.
Yeah, exactly, like a little beer pong moment. Ooh, I may not get it. I may have to use a lucky. 2, 4. Yeah, that's an 11.
Yeah, if you want to reuse a lucky.
I'm gonna use a lucky now.
So you have 3 of these across the game?
Each challenge a
Per week.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I can use 3 for this challenge.
That's a little broken, I think. That may be a little broken.
Yeah, it's per challenge week. So there's 3 challenges usually per week. So it'd give you a reroll per challenge.
Yeah. So that was my 1 for this challenge. So it's not 3 per like this challenge. It's just 1 per this. 8. Hold on, my math got messed up again in my brain. Sorry, y'all.
You are all good. I'll use that moment though for more clarity on the lucky talented while you're doing math. Is yes. So lucky, you get an opportunity to do 3 re-rolls throughout a challenge week. With there being 3 challenges, that's essentially 1 re-roll per challenge. But you're more than welcome to use as many of those 3 re-rolls that you'd want in a challenge. So like if Wyatt does use another 2 re-rolls, then they use another 2 re-rolls. This is Wyatt trying to get off the block. So
18.
18.
Holy.
We are rocking and rolling there. So you have laid down on your stomach. You know, you're a beauty queen. We know what happens in them pageant houses from time to time. Yeah, you lay down on your stomach. You got your aim there. You bounce it right off the corner, and it hits the inside rim of the tube there. It doesn't have very far to fall, though, as you now have 4 balls in your tube, Wyatt.
Okay, I'll use fast hands, and this time I'll use intuition.
Okay.
In my brain, I keep trying to figure out a way I could use persuasion. I can't think of a way to use it. I want to use it so bad.
You look at the ball and you go
down
in the
there.
Tube.
Do
Go
it.
in the tube.
Get in the tube, little ball. Go.
We believe in you,
We
ball.
believe in you, little ball.
I believe.
Follow your destiny.
I'm gonna use intuition. I'm gonna go back to knowing where I should do it, and that's a +6 for me. 15.
15. Your intuition was just a little off on this one. You've changed your height perspective from like laying down on your stomach to having been standing up at one point. It's not super far off, but the ball does just drop on the outside of the tube.
That's fair. Yeah, she's a little disappointed. She chooses not to say anything because she's locked in. She's like still she gets, I think she went from her stomach to her like haunches, and she messes up and she just like curses under her breath, but she doesn't even look at anyone. She's locked in. She's already grabbing for another ball, like, you know, narratively, she's already grabbing for her next ball and lining it up and getting ready to throw her next ball. Because I know we're doing this like simultaneously in the narrative. She's already getting ready and like already lining it up.
Gotcha. So Alex, next to you, you've got there's shuffling and movement happening. You've got Wyatt readjusting themselves, trying to aim the ball. On the other side of you, you've got Khan, who has been doing some wild tossing multiple ball tricks, smashes down towards the end there. By time of his life.
Quick question: how many balls are in our crates?
50-ish. You have ample opportunity to drop balls.
Can I lift the crate?
This is going to be brawn. Wherever we're going with it, this will be a brawn. if you're lifting.
Can I just like go in full hands and just dump a bunch of balls?
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, Princess over here got 4. I'm gonna take my chances somewhat, so I'm gonna use my first action to just get in here and get like 2 handful of balls and just throw them down because
One's got to go in, right?
Eventually.
something's got to go in. We'll either call this a general. I would say either. This could be argued a lot of different ways.
Mhm.
So
I'd probably go athletics is going to be the big one because it's
That
going to be a
usually
matter.
comes into the picture when there are 2 handfuls of balls.
Yeah, that's really what it's going to be at
Shut
this
up.
point.
What's it, Ross?
I'd probably
Shut
go
up.
with athletics just because it's going to be a matter of how many you're holding.
I heard that.
Oh yeah, no.
I am terrible at athletics. But maybe the DC is lower. We can only pray. I just rolled a 9.
You drop a lot of balls. And they go, yeah, I think that's the thing, is that you just had too many balls in your hand. Yeah, you had a lot of them on your plate, and you just kind of walked over to the edge, and you dropped them a little short of the tube. It just was overwhelmed with the sphericalness.
I was overwhelmed by the balls. You want to tell me?
Yeah, no, you were overwhelmed by the sphericalness.
Well, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. So,
You've already tried with your mouth.
I mean, by now we saw Alex drop a ball, spit out a ball, and cutely tumble down all the balls.
Yep.
TikTok is going wild while I'm wondering what the fuck I can do with it. Yeah, I believe I'm just gonna go for sleight of hand again.
Okay.
With one boring ball. Like maybe one that just didn't leave the platform. He's just like
Kicks it in angrily.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah, no way. That's a 13.
It's closer than all of the other balls. The ones you just dropped. This one that you kicked out in anger does like bounce off of the tube, hits back onto the platform, and then joins the other like 30 balls that are now on the ground.
Well, so we see it's about quality, not quantity.
Exactly.
And that's also my speech. Like smiles at the do we see any cameras? Do we have a general idea where the cameras might?
Nope, because it is all scrying orbs. The only person that you have noticed that has you think might have an idea where scrying cameras or scrying eyes are is Smasher, but that's just because he's been apparently yanking them out of the sky all season.
I mean, it's probably one right in front of him because that's how camera works.
Yes.
And that's something we learn about quantity versus quality, eh?
It's about the motion of the ocean, not the size of the waves. Con.
DM, I have given that as opposed to the other players who've been flamboyantly doing lots of different fancy things, Con has been rather disciplined in pursuing one route towards his goal.
Yeah.
Given that he is now 3 rounds in, do you think he has acquired enough practice with this method to warrant a +1?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I like the argument for it. Yeah.
Wow.
You have stayed stalwart with it. You're
So,
having some.
Yeah. And this time, it is just going to be a single ball in each attempt.
Okay.
But that's going to be a. Now this is just RNG because I've tried to hustle as much as I could possibly could. But let's see. The first one is a 17.
First one goes in.
All right. And the second one is a 19.
And the second one goes in. You can hear like the host make a audible gasp over the thaumaturgy speaker. Because like you have made a comeback.
Yeah, there is again anime glasses and superior smirk.
And then you got the cigarette just in the corner of your jowls there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like it. Scott, you can hear the excitement happening around you as everybody has been getting balls in this turn. You know Wyatt is real close down there at the end, and it sounds like Khan's making a come up.
All right. We try this again. He's going to turn around, toss it back over his head.
Okay.
If it works, it works, right?
It worked last time, yeah.
Yeah. It's a 13. Fuck.
It wasn't as efficient as last time. That is definitely to sure say.
Yeah.
You give that a nice little toss over your shoulder, and you can hear like if there was an audience around, you would be able to feel them waiting with bated breath as you toss it backwards because it was such a miracle shot last time. But it was just that, a miracle shot. And you watch. Well, you don't, but everybody else sees as the ball just kind of goes over the edge of the tube and lands on the other side, rolling through the grass.
So if I lose here, I don't get put on the nomination block, do I?
Correct. Like you really don't have any stakes in this other than keeping Alex and Wyatt on the block.
Okay. I'm going to lean over to Khan, put a hand on his shoulder. Good luck, buddy. I'm out. I'm just going to go sit down. I'm done.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Scott says, "Oh, well, you know what? Fuck this."
And if you'll allow it, before I leave, pick up the entire crate and just dump it into the tubes. Just because I don't want anyone else to use my balls. Only I get to touch them.
Give me an athletics though, because as you're dumping it, just to see what happens.
Athletics or brawn?
Well, you sure you're feeling all right, old chap?
I'm picking up the whole crate and just. Would that be?
I'll let you do a brawn since this is we're not even like aiming anyways. This is just you. Not even rage quitting. This is strategic quitting.
Yeah, it's a 15.
15? None of them go in, but you are able to get all of those balls out of that crate, and they're just rolling across.
Yeah. Cut to confessional.
Yes.
I don't really care which one of them leaves this week, as long as one of them does. So I'm good. Yeah. See you in the next challenge. Peace out. And Scott is going to leave. He's going to go to the production tent and he's going to try to go flirt with the host.
So I will say the host is outside of the outside of the tavern. So you guys are in like separate vicinities. But I'm sure there is like an orb or something somewhere where you would be able to production to the host. And
I just imagine Scott leaning up against something like the orb beside him, just like, what's up?
It's that moment, like once you get out of the tavern and you get to meet the host, that's your loser's reward.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's been teasing for 12 weeks, you know, and every week she hopes he gets eliminated, but he doesn't, and it just increases the weight. Yeah,
the true showman.
Against the host and the contestant. There's definitely not going to be any bias there, never.
I mean, there's always one, right? There's always one.
Always one. The host, you can hear like a little pout and a sigh, just seems like Smasher smashed out.
Come on, show some sportsmanship, big guy.
I
Well,
spent
when
my
you
entire teenage years throwing balls in nets. I think I'm due a break. All right. Good luck, though.
don't fuck it up. That'll bring us though with Scott stepping out to back to the top of the round with Wyatt, who currently has 4 balls in their tube.
This is all simultaneously happening, though, right?
Yes, so everybody will get a end of the round turn.
Okay.
If we get down to a tiebreaker, so like if Alex manages to somehow get 3 in or Con you get 2 more in, we will do a tiebreaker off.
Okay, I'm going to use sleight of hand, and I think that I do the same thing that I did before the beer pong. And just sort of go back to those pageant / sorority type of days. Because that's a +7.
Gotta find what works.
So 3. Hold on. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18.
You once again just take that deep breath. You lay back down onto your stomach.
Wait, I'm sorry, 17.
Oh, 17. You still take that deep breath. The ball doesn't bounce like completely off of the corner like it did last time. You were slightly off of the spot. However, as you pull yourself to the edge after you've bounced it off, looking over into the tube to see if it's going, you watch as that ball arcs. Bounces on the rim, bounces on the other rim before it drops in.
She immediately jumps to her feet, like having this sort of celebration of joy, then realizes that it could look a little, to use a word that she's been called, bitchy of her. She tampers it down, trying to look a little bit more demure.
Very mindful.
Very mindful, very
mindful.
cutesy.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
About getting the last ball in.
As your you do have a bonus action and speech though, if you'd like to use that.
I think she'll try to get one more in, just to, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you could have had it like already prepared to like line up type deal.
Just gonna do this, like maybe she just does another one just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the same thing. It's not anywhere near as good. 6, 7, 14.
You had already you were too excited. That last one went in, and you just kind of threw the other ball that was in your hand because it was there, and you did it. You've done it.
Yeah.
As you have thrown your 5th ball in, as that is sinking in, let us check on Alex next to you to see if we have balls sinking in over there.
I have 2 balls in, right?
You have 2 balls in.
So the only way I could win this is if I get in 2 balls at the same time.
Correct. Which you've seen Con throwing 2 balls on his first try, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try. Let's go with 2 balls.
Okay. Now 2 balls is going to be more of a strategy check on this one. Unless you can argue me something else.
I'm just gonna like stack them on top of each other and just not throw them, but just let go with a very steady hand, so they have the exact same velocity, like the exact same way.
Okay.
So, is a 17 enough for both balls?
A 17 is going to be enough for 1 ball.
Which means I do have to roll the equivalent of a nat 20.
Yeah, essentially.
For the second one. Well.
But you've got 1 ball in. You're down. You've got 3 balls. You need 2 more balls.
And I have nothing to lose.
And I mean, your place in this house. You have a lot
Yeah.
to lose, actually. Your chance at, like, 500,000 gold is on the line here.
Urvy?
Yeah. Did we just roll a nat
Do it.
12?
I fucking did. I rolled 3 4s.
Look
It's
at this!
It's still just an 18, but it is a net.
It is.
It's like-
No, that's what you were looking for.
Respect the
17 was
hustle.
one.
Respect the hustle.
You gotta respect it. So as you hear Wyatt getting excited next to you, or as your balls are hitting in, you can notice that Wyatt's ball has also hit in. So yours goes straight kaplunk. You have never seen a straighter line. None of the queers in this chat have ever seen a straighter moment. But they like there's definitely some commotion going on in the outside world when this ball drop happens, because people are gonna think that you like magically hot glued them together or something with just how precise the drop went. Right.
And you hear, like, my speech is just like, holy shit. I hope we got this on camera, because I will and can't do it again.
It will never happen again. They did actually get it on camera though. That's their job. Con.
Khan is just going to have both hands and continue doing what he's been doing.
Okay.
One ball at a time.
Going one ball at a time. Gotta get them both.
That's a 21.
A 21? Yeah.
A nat 20, actually. And the second one is going to be a 15.
Oh. Con, as you drop the first ball in, it goes easy peasy. You lean forward, you're getting ready, you've lined it everything up. And as this last ball drops, maybe it's the excitement that you heard next door to you as it's falling. But as it hits the rim, it just bounces off the edge of the rim, just the wrong angle, and falls next to the tube with 4 balls in it.
Again, snaps and dash it.
And as your final, that 5th ball, that would have been your 5th ball, hits the ground, Con, you can hear both Wyatt and Alex next to you exclaim excitedly as their 5th balls go down. Now to determine who the scrying orbs have now moved in on the 2 tubes. They've been, unbeknownst to you all, circling everywhere and all the time, trying to make sure that they can get down to these nitpicky moments. And it is going to be between Wyatt and Alex. I'm going to have you all roll a d20.
I've got an 18.
I rolled a nat 20.
Son of a gun.
Wyatt's ball. After there's a pause. It's quiet in the yard for a second as everyone as you were waiting for the calculations on seconds. And after a brief moment, you hear a clear of the throat, and the host comes over the thaumaturgy speaker. Congratulations, Wyatt! You have just won the objection.
I'm just staring at it in disbelief.
You've
I
done
get
it.
over there and hold out a hand. Good shot. Nearly
I
had
think
you.
Wyatt's also in disbelief. Because she also Katie's in disbelief.
Yeah, Con would walk up to the 2 of them as well.
Take your hand.
Yeah. And after Alex is done, would offer his hand as well. Well done.
yeah, I think that Wyatt takes your hand, and it's both of you. It's a genuine, good sportsmanship handshake. Like, it's not a shitty bragging type of handshake. Like, she gave it her all. She wanted to stay, and she wasn't trying to be bitchy about it. You know, like, I think this is the first time also that you've seen her not be manipulative during a match, like, not, and like give it her all, because I think it's dawned on her how important it is, if that makes sense, like to actually compete. And it's hit her like she was put on the block for a reason. She needs to fight to stay here. And I think that's like, it's hit her really hard. So she looks at both of you and she says, it was a really worthy fight.
For the most part, Con Fu Shan always looks professional, always looks quite collected, extremely good poker face for the most part. But when he smiles, when he lets go of the walls and steps out, there is a warmth to his pretty Drake boy exterior that just shines, and it's a very warm smile as a warm handshake is concluded.
I think as you pull your hand away, she like gives it like a very warm squeeze, and she says, how about I do the dishes tonight? And it's really hard for her to say it.
Praise the Lord, a miracle happened.
I think honestly, like, his poker face would drop for a second, for just a second, where his face just actually goes.
Just say yes, because I don't know if I'll be able to offer it again.
I would appreciate that.
Okay, I'll do the dishes tonight.
I mean, you're gonna start looking after the garden.
Let's not go that far.
That is your part of the chores, is it not, Mr. Alex?
Yeah, but who's gonna leave this house?
That's not determined yet.
And yet the victor guides the path in certain ways.
So that being said, while we're
well
talking...
done, Wyatt. Well done.
Thanks.
You really did good. You did some beer pong in college, didn't you?
I mean, maybe a little bit. You know, we were really bored around the pageant circuit, and sometimes we had to do some things to keep ourselves entertained.
Certainly worked in your favor.
Was it the football team or the basketball team?
Lacrosse, actually.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
I perhaps gambled a little too much, a little too soon in my rather bold attempts.
The thing that you did with the two of them and knocking the one into, that was really damn cool. And Smasher throwing it over his shoulder, now that was inspired. Yeah, and that last thing that you did, Alex, you know, the two, y'all were hard to compete against.
Like, I saw that yours gonna hit, I was like, I gotta.
Well, we are the last four for reasons that are clearly apparent to some.
We are, as they say, fab as fuck.
Cream of the crop, as it were.
Final four.
Well, speaking of such, he will turn around to look for Smasher. And just like, Scott, what's up with you, old chap? It's rather unlike you from previous experience.
It just made sense in the moment. I could see that it wasn't going my way, and I didn't want to, what is that phrase? Don't beat a dead owlbear. Yeah. So it didn't make sense to keep trying. It's something that I realized that I didn't really have to win, because at the end of the day, all three of you are very strong competitors, and whoever leaves is a better chance for me to win. So really didn't have much of a stake on it.
Nonetheless, a strategic and tactical withdrawal done well deserves a drink. Remind me to make you a cocktail when we get back in the house.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, it gave me more time to work on things I have to do once I leave the house. And he looks over at the direction of the production truck.
Oh, that old bag.
So, who's the owl bear in the room?
Oh, it was just I don't know.
Well, we've just finished with a challenge. Let's not begin conflict anew. Just give us a time. Yeah. Perhaps we may have some tea or some coffee, perhaps.
I just want the details. I'm gonna make myself a smoothie. Anybody want one?
I think I have enough smoothies for today. Yeah, tea will be good. Got to stick to the roots.
Indeed.
When all of you are having tea, I can't not have tea.
Tea all round. Well.
Tea all around.
Right then. He will let his sleeves down a little and turn around and start walking back towards the house.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't have anything. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just going to say, as everybody's heading back into the house, I feel like that's going to be a good cut point before objections and stuff, which will be next session.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's already over?
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was accounting for 3 hours, and then I also accounted for the little delay time we had, so...
I was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, y'all were doing so good, but I'm like, this is, as everybody's walking back into the house, is a great cut point. So,
so just for that, then, as we're getting into the house, Scott takes off his trench coat, his jacket, and the last shot you see is his wings emerging as his bare back just walks into the house.
That's a good end of episode.
Yes.
Credits roll.
Yeah, you hear the
Tune
little
in next
theme
week.
music. Yes, and you've been watching Discerning Diviner. We'll see you actually in technically real life time 2 weeks from now. Just not next week, but the following week. But hi, I was Urvy Fitz. I was your GM. I'm going to let my cast take themselves out, but not in a bad way. We're not taking anyone to Denny's parking lots this week. Might be a later week, might be tonight. I don't know. We'll find out, but not right now. So I'm going to let my team go through, introduce themselves, plug whatever they need to plug, say what you need to say, and then I'll wrap us up from there. But we'll go in the same order we've been going in and let Katy take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Katy Face. Like I said before, you can find me all over the internet at Katy Face. That's KatyFaise. If you're looking for me, I'm a professional DM. I run all kinds of different games, from D&D to Monster of the Week, Monster Hearts, what have you, all kinds of different systems. Right now, I'm recruiting for a D&D game. So if you're interested in playing, if you need something fun to do over the holidays, a treat to yourself, come play with me. I'm always open. I love running games for people. This has been amazing. I cannot wait for next session. This has truly been, oh my God. Like I said, I didn't want to stop playing. I didn't realize we were that close to end, but it's been an honor to play with all of y'all, and I can't wait for our next session.
Heck yeah. Bard, if you want to take it away.
Hi, everybody. You can find me anywhere and everywhere as the Bard with many names. You can find me at the Misadventures League every Tuesday together with Urvy, where we try to find out what the what happens if you take some Fae and put them into some Wall Street shenanigans at Fae Inc. You will find me next year at also Misadventurous League for the Season 2 of Misadventurous with Magic, aka the Magic Kids are back. Last time we got our blessings from the gods. This year we're going to college. I don't know, which is emotionally more draining. Then you will find me at what's called Live from the Apocalypse on December 21st for a game of what is it? It's not Monster of the Week. I don't know right now what
Monster
it is,
Hearts?
but it's I don't know. We will find out. It is Christmas themed. It's Seuss themed. It's wonderful. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm also part of House of Dreams, where we're still gonna get the wonderful thirsty lesbian sword fighter game on the roll. And even though it's only one day left, if you a part of the writing community, I am also the Night Monarchs of this year's Game of Tomes November event. So if you want to play me, not just this twink, but also another twink with pointy ears and maybe some family issues and abandonment issues as the bad guy, tune in, write some words, and have some fun. I believe that is, in fact, all.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I've had the calendar pulled up.
Yeah.
Aadi.
Hello, people of the internet. I am Aadi MK. And the reason I was not in the parking lot from the introduction was that I don't have to worry about some doppelganger or duplicate, because in truth, there is only one Aadi MK. You can find me at Noonlight Creations on both Instagram and Twitch, where I've started streaming a homebrew game of mine, D&D 5e 2014 game, which is possibly one of the best tables that I have assembled. It is a bunch of veteran players and DMs, and it's RP heavy. It's a lot of factions. I love doing emotional damage to my players, and in this game, they have stepped up above and beyond and given me exquisitely the ability to craft exquisitely crafted blades that I can slip in between their ribs and just destroy the emotional cores. That's me. I was playing Kung Fu Shan, a smart stock finance bro on this episode of The Residents, and fantastic vibe. Any game of where any time when people are congregating for purpose, myriad, it's always a good time when no one looks at the clock and realizes, fuck, it's god damn it. But unfortunate, that is our reality. But we deal with it as we do in these kind of collaborative journeyings, and I'm really looking forward to the next one.
Big same. Yeah, no, I was very, when I glanced down, I went, oh, fuck. For sure. And then Steve.
Hello, hi. Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless tables and other related things. We have a bunch of really cool stuff happening. Tomorrow is the return of Tales of Fate 2, where we start in... We are planning a heist with the caveat that we don't remember planning the heist because we had to get our minds vibed, because there are creatures in the jail cell that can read your intent. So very inspired by Doctor Who, if you've seen series 10, I believe, with Peter Capaldi. We're also... Sunday, we're back with Tales from the Loop. Next Tuesday, there's like a bunch. We're doing like 4 or 5 shows a week at this point, and I am exhausted, but we're having a lot of fun. Next Friday is a good one. We're back with Dark Waters. It's our alternate show that runs parallel to this one. And Dark Waters is a D&D campaign that runs from level 1 all the way to level 20. We are currently level 4, and half our party is already warlocks and paladins because of pacts and oaths we've made with deities who want to fuck with the world. And it's very roleplay heavy. Like, we have a lot of combat, but it's also very roleplay heavy. The latest session got so intense, like that people were crying in session because of how heavy it got. So like we are going through it, as the kids say. But yeah, that's basically all of it. I also stream on my own channel on Sassy Pants 1996 on Twitch. I've been playing Timberborn and Assassin's Creed. Those are my 2 favorite games right now. So come say hi if you are interested in that. But that's basically all of it. And yeah, this was a really fun session. I'm excited for next episode with some shenanigans that I will message the DM about later.
Heck yeah, I love getting messaged. That is like, that's what I thrive for as a GM. I am so hype. But again, thank you all. First, before I get into my spiel, I'd like to say thank you to this cast who signed up to do a random play test for a random person on the internet and play a random game that they pulled out of their ass. So again, greatly appreciate all of you being here and helping carry this for me. But for all of my audience friends, hi, my name is Urvy Fitz. I've been the host and designer of this game today. You can find me across the internet as Caesar Slod, pretty much everywhere, or you can type in Urvy Fitz. It's honestly easier to spell than Caesar Slod. That's on me for branding. I am a pro GM. You can find me on Start Playing for hire purposes. Otherwise, I've got a pretty busy December coming up where I will be on various places throughout Twitch, and I'm going to list those now. Sorry in advance. You can find me every Tuesday at Misadventures League playing Fae Inc. Under Bard, wherever you are on the screen. I think you're like right there. On Tuesdays, where I play a halfling cleric who is absolutely miserable and hates her job, but who doesn't? Running this game every other Friday here on Pantsless Tables. On December 8th, I will be running the final girl for Diversity Saves Haunted Holidays. On December 10th, you can find me playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians on Live from the Apocalypse. It's going to be their holiday special. And then for Dinner and a Game's winter game, I'll be playing in a holiday cyberpunk red game on December 7th. On December 13th, I'll be in a Dragon Age one-shot. And then on December 17th, we'll be playing an Alien RPG holiday one-shot as well. Come time, you'll be able to find me on House of Dreams' Rose Court, Thirsty Sword Lesbians Saga. But I think that's all. Don't forget to check in with your neighbors, folks. That's what I've got. I'm going to let Steve take us out.
All right. Thank you for being here, for playing, for watching. Everyone, it was fantastic. I had a really good time, and we can't wait to be back in 2 weeks. See you then. Bye.